Yeah. It's right.
Cold block.
Yeah, me think of something like, you ain't legit, I gotta quit. I never had a rollie on my wrist, but that don't mean it ain't my time in this bitch. I come in this bitch with my niggas, we click. And I'm getting high at the flick of a bitch. You niggas blind, you be left in the ditch. You niggas dying at the end of a stick. I'ma go to the back and not licking like Vic. And I'm speeding, I ain't getting no ticket. I smoke the weed and when I finish, I flick it. I'm swerving in this bitch, but I never nick it. I'm putting her down on the knee like a midget. I come in there strong arming like I'm lit. I'm swerving a strong car with shit. We knocking the Sean John off his feet. He was running like four as they hitting me flip. My bro like flip, flip, flip. Put it up in the pot like drip, drip, drip. No nigga don't stop till he into that clip. So you don't wanna see it coming off that hit. Better hear these words coming up on my lips. Niggas selling they soul for a couple of chips. I'm just keeping the cold while you rocking the six. You niggas gon' float, I'ma stand on my kick. I told my mama I'ma stand on my team. I'm like Obama, yeah, I'm coming again. Cotton Thomas looking like I be winning. I stay away from drama, fuck all the shit. I got these shades on my eyes like I'm pinning. I be so fly, so high, I admit it. If I die, then I'm lying and fibbing. If you trying, you be tied like a ribbon. Son, I ain't lying, but I'm never kidding. If I never shine, then I'm never living. If bitch ain't a dime, then I never chillin'. If don't cross the line, then I never kill 'em. No, I never kill 'em. I just look to see if Abba done sealed him. Keep it a tear if Abba ain't build him. We do not care if he got him a billion. We do not fear, we don't be in our feelings. Holding a spear when I walk in the building. Shouting that barrel, let go of my children. My dad in my hand like I'm a pilgrim. Shouting that water the blood while you film it. Shouting that water the flood all the bill. No leave us the hidden once I revealed it. He's the hidden once I revealed it.
It's a beauty, my friend.
Yeah, feels so good. I'm feeling so good cause I got the keys coming up out the hood cause I finally made it. I do what I should cause I'm dedicated. I'm reading the book and you can't debate it. Saying the truth when I'm meditating at the top of the room when I'm elevating. Feeling that doom, try to shake it. Walking up out the tomb, about to take it. Hearing the boom, I ain't gonna fake it. You know you're a fool if you fucking say it. I'm chillin' like blowing Gary Payton. Play a bitch to the left like a lemonade. I got a cake but I never save it. Stack up the cake but I never bake it. Stack up the paper that I never make it.
I am well. I am blessed. I am alive. I am strong. I am glad. I am resilient. I am powerful. I am unbeatable. Ask me how I'm doing. I can tell you.
All that shit that you trying to say, you niggas think I'ma be the real one. I have to wait till my papa sits me. You niggas ain't got what it take to kill. You niggas ain't got what it take to beat. You niggas ain't got what it take to feel. Guess I got the chill. Just let me know when you got the bill. And I'll let you know when I got the bill.
Brother Chris, Brother Vaughn, Brother P. Peace, my beloved brothers. And as always, welcome to the School of Marvelous Life. Got some tasty cuisine. As usual, little flock. Hey, Brother Cut in the building. Brother Carl in the building. Peace, peace, flock of ladies. Flock of honors. Abba's chosen. Peace, peace to you, my brothers. We'll be getting started shortly.
Oh yeah, I got a sweet temp on my life. My eyes on me, I'll be alright. I ain't looking up, ain't sleeping at night. In the book, I ain't telling no lies. I ain't selling girls, but I keep it home eyes. You got me looking like lights. To the day, I be looking like twice. So the chain said I am not sex guys. Not by power nor not by might. I'ma put the spirit of your boy one night. Wrestle with the angel, couldn't avoid that fight. And your boy a new name when he came into the light. I've been looking at Messiah like, tell me what it's like. He gave me the cup and I drank it like Sprite. I used to be black, now I'm instead of a light. Grace in the sky, looking flyer than a kite. Read revelation with the fire in the eyes. With the fires in the sky. Looking at him, looking like a firefly. Speak the truth, but you listen to the lies. You trying to do, trying to say you lie. You wanna prove that you ain't too right. See like a fool, but you think you're right. You can see, can't see the pride. I'ma go home.
My boy Crowd is not ready to feast. I know what you mean, bro. We about to eat up. So I hope you brought your appetite, your big boy appetite. We was already calculating last night. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just up like, just getting the information like, let me share this with the flock. For those who's up at the twilight hours, when everybody else is snoozing away. Abba was kicking it with your boy last night. And boy, did we reveal some interesting things, didn't we, brothers? And the spirit was moving mightily. Had us speaking as one last night, or this morning, or whatever time it was for y'all. All right, little flock. Peace, peace, and blessings to each and every one of y'all. Welcome to the School of Marvelous Light. That's right, Brother Carlton. It was interesting. It came out of nowhere, man. That's how the breeze is, right? It be hot. You've been cutting grass all day. You sweating. You need a cold glass of lemonade or something. But you sitting there all sweating and hot, and all of a sudden that breeze blows across your forehead and cools your brow, and you get that relief. And you don't know where that breeze came from, and you don't know where it's going. So is the way of the spirit. Each blow of the spirit is a relief to a weary soul in a desolate place. You see? Just like that breeze is on that hot ass summer day. It was 3 a.m. for you too? Yeah, ain't that interesting? And see, I was about to go to sleep before that. But then I said, well, it's an opportunity for me to do something for another person that I know they need done, but they're asleep right now. So I can either wait for them to wake up and rush in the morning to get it done, or I can do it for them tonight. But I was about to go to sleep, so I said, well, I'll go ahead on and get up and do it. So I did. And I mean, when I say I was about to go to sleep, I mean, I'm literally dozing, like, dozing off. So I said, okay, let me go ahead on and go. So I go. Well, I get this sudden rush of energy when I get up to go do it, y'all. I get this sudden rush of energy, and then all of a sudden, Abba just starts breaking on down for me that information that I was sharing with y'all. And really, ultimately, what it is that Abba just doesn't judge the way men do. And men just can't seem. They just can't. They just can't seem to get it together and understand that. And the reason why is because they're not humble. That's honestly the reason why men cannot accept God's judgment. Because for some reason, men think God is prideful. And if they say, no, grandson, no, I don't think that God is prideful. I think God is humble. You do? You do? Then why do you think his ways aren't humble if you think he is humble? Well, Neanderthal got here quick, didn't he, y'all? I know that God is humble, but that don't mean that his judgment is humble. It's not, but he's humble. What does he want you to be? Prideful or humble? He want me to be prideful. Yeah, surely. So it happened after you had already been up all night too, Brother Cut? Well, that's interesting, man. The caveman popped right up, didn't he? Uh-oh, Flaccolators. Uh-oh, hey, Neanderthals, unite. Grab a big stick. You can grab the biggest stick you ever can grab. It ain't gonna do you no good because we got the branch over here. We got a unique stick that's gonna break through every stick that you try to swing. You see, little Flaccolators? So now, Why God's judgment isn't like man's judgment, even though men don't seem to understand that. That's ultimately the undertones of what we were talking about last night, brothers. And for the sake of the entire flock that may not have been there last night, I'm going to break it down for the entire body so that we can all gain a good understanding of what we were all getting last night. All right, little flock. So first, before we get into the scriptures, we're going to go to the book of Matthew for anybody who wants to follow along. But before we get into that, is God flesh or is God a spirit? That's the first thing we need to establish here. And we all need to be on one accord. Because if we're not, then the song ain't going to sound good. You see? Because the bros was singing a song last night, and that song was sounding real good, if you ask me. Wasn't it, brothers? We were singing a new song last night. Oh. All right. Spirit, Brother Chris. God is a spirit. So he's not flesh. Now, what is a man? That's my next question. A spiritual lyrical miracle. That was a spiritual lyrical miracle right there, brother. Spiritual miracle. You ain't lying about that. It surely was. You hear that swing, swing, swing? That's what happens when you come up here talking some dumb crap. Man is flesh. That's right. That's why the scripture be like, woe unto man who maketh flesh, who trusteth in his flesh. Right, little flock? So then between spirit and between flesh, we obviously know which one is stronger. You see that? And because they're not the same, do they judge differently or do they judge the same? That's my next question, little flock. Before we even get into the meat of the potatoes, we just got an appetizer right now. You see? I'm trying to tell you, Brother P. They sure be coming up in here, call them freaks. You ain't lying about that. Yeah, grandson. Hey, you look evil, man. Hey, grandson. Hey, you look like you do stuff that's wrong, grandson. Hey. Could you imagine spending all your day like that, randomly going from place to place, just looking for something to like a shit test, to throw doo-doo at somebody to see if it sticks to them? Could you imagine being that way all day long? Well, as you can see, there's many people that come here doing that. I don't know what they think they're going to get besides a sword to their neck, because that's all they're going to get, or some fire on their back. Yeah, you're right, Brother P. Sometimes you just got to laugh, though, man. Sometimes you just got to laugh, man. All right? So now, the flesh and the spirit, as we said, they're two different, totally different things. So then they don't judge it the same, do they? They don't judge anything the same, do they? Like I said, we have to confirm this one into another before we move forward, so that there's no going to the right hand or to the left hand when we start judging. Righteous judgment, you see? And exposing what unrighteous judgment is. See? Okay? Two different judges. That's right, little flock. So now, my question last night to a couple of members of the flock is, I'm going to ask all of you here today, how would you be able to recognize a man who is drunk or drunken? What are the signs that are evident that will let you know that a man is drunk? That's my question. Okay. The smell. That's right. You smell the alcohol on the person. The gait. The way they move, they walk, the way they walk, or the way they struggle to walk, we should say. Behavior. What else, little flockulators? Have you guys ever seen a drunk person? I've seen plenty. Shit, I've been one. So then I know the results of it. Y'all share. Come on now. Glassy eyes. Yep. That's another sign of a nigga that's drunk. Could be. That's not a 100% sign, but that's one of them that's close. Yep. The smell. The stumbling. Let's stick that to our board here. The stumbling. Let's put that there. The excess and the greed. Can't walk in a straight line. Stick that up there on the board too. See the way they moving, like you said, brother P. The gait, the way they walk. It's a unique thing. When a person is drunk, he's gonna walk in a unique way, and that's gonna let you know whether he's drunk too much or not. Right, little flock? In other words, his walking, his movement will let you know whether he's had too much or he's gone overboard or he's overindulged, like brother P said, greed. Right? The way he moves will let you know that, right? Bad breath. Yep, that's another one. Can't talk right. Words are slurring. He forgets the things that he did the night before when he was drunk. He wake up the next day, he don't even know it. The dude got a knot on his head. He doesn't even know how he got it. I've seen people literally fall off of a balcony at a party from being so drunk and not remember that that's how they got their injury. So guys, let's stop playing, flocculator. Let's just keep it real today. It's very obvious when you know a person is drunk or had too many. He's had one too many, right, little flock? Okay. So now, that's how the flesh man judges a man who's drunk, right, little flock? We all on the same page, right? That's how the flesh. You guys said about smelling. See, the senses. You smell what you see with your eyes, what you hear, the way you talk. You're using all your senses to say whether this man is drunk or not. But God is not a flesh body. He's a spirit. So then how does he judge to say whether a man is drunk or not? That's what we need to discover today, little flock. Because there's two totally different judgments. You see it? And we need to understand the more important, because there's one that's stronger than the other, and there's one judgment that profits and the other one doesn't profit at all. In other words, what profit does a man get from when he sees a man staggering and stumbling and falling over his shoes and everything when he sees that he's drunk? What does that profit him in his life? It profit him a little. Now, why am I saying that? Because the Bible says physical exercise profits a little. See it? It don't profit with all. We want the thing that's going to cause us to profit in every way, not just in one way. That man seeing that man staggering, slurring over his words will only profit in one way, which is, I don't want to look like that. I don't want to sound like that. It's all fleshly and carnal then. You're not getting to the root of what's causing him to do the thing that has him in that state. No one wants to deal with that part, but that's what Abba's judging. So drunkenness to Abba is not the same thing as it is to a man, is it? Is it? Like I said, we all got to confirm we all on the same page. Drunkenness to a man is not the same thing as drunkenness to the Father, is it? And if we confirm that that is the case, then being sober to men is not the same thing as being sober to God, is it? Nope. 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 People forget that God's children, his chosen, are peculiar. People forget that. It's like they don't actually understand what that word means. Well, that means somebody who's unlike this world. And in order to be unlike this world, you have to judge differently than them. And that's what's going to cause you to rub the world in the wrong way. And as he said, be hated by the world. It's because you don't judge by their standard, and they want you to. And I'm going to prove out of the scripture that they want you to. And the fact that you don't causes them to be perplexed and scratch their heads and want to hurt you and harm you. Okay, little flock? So it's important that you understand this message today. And not only that, but many men feel like they're caught in sin. Many recently even of the flockulators have felt like that they were doing some sin, and they were feeling bad because of that, and feel like they needed to rid themselves of it in order to be right with God, and in order to be right, period, with themselves. You see what I'm saying, little flock? We've all had that struggle. That's nothing but a deception. That struggle should not be, because what is already, and it does not change. God's name is I am. And did God say he changes? God's name is I am. And does God say he changes or not? It's my question. God don't change. So if God don't change, that means I am don't change. That's what he wants you to know as the children of his. You are supposed to stay in the state that I have told you you are, despite what they're going to say that you are. So that means a righteous man is going to be called unrighteous, and he's going to have to remain in his righteousness within himself, because that's where the kingdom is. Do you understand how important this is, what I'm telling you? Because many men will tell you that a thing you're doing is sin, or a thing you're doing causes drunkenness, or causes you to fall away from God, or causes you to stumble away from God. But I am doesn't change. Who I am doesn't change, despite what I look like, smell like, stagger like, look like, or appear like, because we don't judge outer appearance, and we also don't walk by sight. That's two precepts that sliced you and then diced you. So there's no need in trying to be nice to you. Okay? Simple as that. I am changes not. That's right. Does he? That's my question. Y'all had to admit it. No, he doesn't. So then if the spirit of I am is in you, then that spirit in you doesn't change. Does it matter what the flesh do? Because the flesh doesn't actually profit anything. Profit means it has an effect, guys. Profitless means it's vain and doesn't have an effect. So then what's done in the flesh is vain. It's empty. It doesn't exist. And if it doesn't exist, then why do you feel guilty for what you do in it? Why? Oh, because what you really need to be asking for forgiveness for is for forgetting who you are, for being faithless to what God told you that you were. That's the sin of man, not believing. How many times does the scripture have to make that clear to everybody before they will submit and stop saying, well, it's not because I ate too many fucking Cheetos. That's not my problem, even though my mom says that that's my problem. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's that subtle, and it's been that hurtful to people as well. This, what I'm telling you, this wrong judgment has destroyed people's lives, has destroyed people's ideals of themselves as children. They grew up thinking there was something was wrong with them, that they didn't meet the standard, or that they were falling short, all because of some doctrine of a man that he's come up with that says it's going to make you right. Got shit to do with it. I'm already what I'm supposed to be. And you people, how dare you tell me what God has made? How dare you try to? It proving their pride, and God resists the proud, man. So then they ain't got God. So then as soon as they start judging you, you should automatically block that shit with that shield. What's that shield called? Because it's gonna come up later on in this message. That's why you got it, because you got to block them fiery darts that come from the enemy. And niggas think that the enemy is some goonily spiked nigga with a horn on his head and everything, and a pitchfork talking about, ooh, I'm Satan going to get you. I've come from hell, and I'm going to take you down there with me. Y'all niggas be getting took to hell every time you choose a wrong thought about I am, and y'all waiting to go to hell. You see what I'm talking about? People don't know how to judge righteously. If they knew where hell was, they know how to stay the hell up out of there. They'd see it for what it was. They'd see that lake of fire for what it truly is. How it just burns up and destroys, kills, steals. That's all it do. You'd see it for what it is. It's your own carnal mind, your own reasoning mind that doubts that God loved you when you did something. So now we're going to get into it so we can slice and dice these people wrong judgment. They keep attacking the little flock. You see it? Because that's all that keeps happening. Amen. you need to get it together there, because I heard, man, I had a vision and everything, and an angel came to me and told me that was wrong to do that. Is that right? What was that angel's name? Then the nigga get all dumbfounded. I didn't think to ask. How come? All the patriarchs thought to ask when they had a visitor. Because when you get a visitor, you may want to know where that nigga come from and where he bringing his message from. But y'all don't check the spirit. So sometime you thought you heard an angel tell you something, and you found out that was a deceiver telling you something. Because the deceiver disguises himself in such a way. It ain't no other way he disguised himself. He disguised himself as a messenger of light, as an angel of light. So you thought you saw an angel of light one day that said, don't have sex anymore. Matter of fact, forbid to marry. And then you see men teaching that. So then that means that they're worshiping an angel. Do y'all understand that? That means that their God has become an angel. Wasn't there some angel trying to get God's spot? That's that angel that they're worshiping by saying, hey, forbid to marry, man. Don't marry. It's better not to. Okay? Hey, don't eat that. That's forbidden. And the Bible straight tells you that those are doctrines of devils. But it sounds good, and that's what keeps getting men fucked up. Hey, man, you shouldn't smoke that. It sound good, nigga, but you talking about something fleshly. I'm talking about something spiritual. See how we ain't the same? Oh, brother, you shouldn't be drinking that. No, you shouldn't be staggering. Slice! You shouldn't be staggering. You shouldn't be slurring your words, dumbass niggas. What's wrong with y'all judgment of this world? And then when you see a nigga respond like this, y'all get all up in arms. Oh, my God. Why would he be all upset? Because I told you, you destroy children with y'all bullshit. Men stressing the fuck out, trying to be perfect in this world. Why? When you're ever changing in this world in the flesh, you're ever fading away. From the moment you get here, you start to fade. Everything you got in this world does the same thing. He told you don't stack up no riches in this damn world with moth and rust. Y'all didn't know that was the flesh world? So y'all got fleshly information, fleshly knowledge, and stacked it up and thought that y'all was intelligent. Yes, I have studied. I've seen many men. Got a health book the nigga then wrote. Yes, I have studied extensively upon the herbs that grow upon the earth. And if you cut that herb, there's a certain milk substance upon there that will runneth out of there. And when it runs out, you put it into a pestle and a mortar. And you take a dandelion leaf and you crush it into that milk of that plant that you had there, and then you take it and you set it in the sun for 2 weeks and sprinkle some salt around it, and then you take in rose quartz crystal, put it upon your forehead, and meditate in front of that pot with that pestle and mortar with the contents that you had put in there. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yes, eat like this, eat like this. Your ass will still die, won't you? See, y'all are not dealing with the man who just found out righteous judgment. You're dealing with the man who's fed up with unrighteous judgment because he's known righteous judgment for a long time now. For a long time now. And I see the pettiness that people have in their hearts for their brothers when they see their brother doing something. You just expose your hate in your heart. You expose you're a children of the damn Pharisees that did the same damn thing. Went around looking, hey, y'all, you didn't wash your heads. Hey, man, get it together. Now, in my case, y'all little flockulators, on a video, now I didn't did it right in front of y'all. Now, I'm going to prove everything that I say because that's just the kind of man that I am. I'm sitting there, I'm smoking a blunt on the video. And I'm asking everybody, have I changed? Matter of fact, how do you guys know if I've smoked or not? Because do I change? Whether I smoke or whether I don't smoke, am I the same man? Is the spirit still with me when I'm smoking and when I'm not smoking? Why do you think I'm smoking then? Why do you think I'm doing it in front of men? To prove that I don't give a fuck about men's judgment. I know they're going to come. See, listen good, little flock. Y'all who got some balls in y'all sack, listen good to what the grandson's saying to you today, because I'm going to speak real to y'all today. You who know righteous judgment, understand that nothing that goes in defiles you. Nothing does. It's what come out that do. And what come out of your heart that defiles you? Guile, deceits. Do you see it? So when a devil comes disguising himself as an angel of light, he's telling you something that sounds good, but it's not. So then men do the same damn thing. They tell you something that sounds good, but it's unprofitable because it's to a temporary vessel. And if it's to a temporary vessel that's dead, then how in the hell am I going to do anything to make it clean, to make it alive, or to make it anything? Why would I waste my time doing that? That's my question. When spiritual is life, the spiritual mind is life. So once I enter the spiritual mind, I'm no longer carnally minded. So I no longer mind the things of the flesh, and I no longer judge the same. I don't condemn my brothers. I don't tell them that what they're doing is wrong. I tell them how to do what's right. And that exposes what they're doing is wrong. Y'all hear what I'm saying, little flock? Y'all hear what I'm saying, little flock? All right. Now watch this. I'm telling y'all, I've been seeing some bullshit out here in the world. Nigga, I told you, just study the health book. Now this nigga's going before the people. Yes, you need a certain amount of nutrients every day. So then you need to eat this certain powder that grows in the Himalayan mountains. Poor man can't get no fucking Himalayan powder, nigga. So why the fuck is you preaching that? It won't benefit him. He can't afford the Himalayan shit. He can't afford a fucking bologna sandwich, nigga. And you talk about he need to buy some $50 maca powder from Chile? Do you understand? That only profits a man that's like you. It don't profit the man that ain't like you. I speak in a way that profit every single man, that any man can grasp onto this meat and eat it. Because I ain't selfish, trying to hoard glory for my fucking self. I'm constantly telling you about another person who's greater than I am. But what does this world do? They try to heap it all to themselves. Oh yes, let me tell you what I know. You didn't know shit that didn't nobody else already know, because ain't nothing new under the sun. So don't tell me something that you think I'm not gonna know. Damn, grandson, you're not nice. I'm not. Thank you for at least admitting that truth. You lie about every damn thing else, world. At least you were right when you said I'm not nice. See, I'm not. Look how the world would be like, what the hell? This guy is. He says he's of God and everything and of Christ, but he says he's not nice. No, because Christ ain't nice. When did he ever say he was? Skeetin' deedly. That's right. That's right. Now watch this, little flock. Watch this here, because this is the problem. Men got too much fucking pride. That's their problem. That's why they're always pointing the finger at somebody else. How the hell do you follow Yahusha when all you do is critique your brothers? Huh? When Yahusha says, judge not, lest you be. So then if you do judge, then what's going to happen? And you're going to get judged with the same measure. See what I mean? So if you want a long measure of grace given, you would be that man given a long measure of grace. Look how many people don't want grace. I'm proving it to you, little flock, because they're harsh judges of you. Hey, you did this. Hey, you did that. Hey, you did that. Well, look at this here. Look what this guy is. Look who he is. What do you mean, look who I am, grandson? I'm telling you about what you've done. You telling me about what I've done and what you think or perceive that I'm doing is proving who you are. You're not of Yahusha when you do that, because Yahusha says, neither do I condemn you. The woman was caught in adultery. They said she was guilty, and Yahusha never even brought it up. He never even asked her about the adultery. He never even asked her who the man was. He never even asked her where she did it. He never even asked her if she did do it. He never even said, are you guilty of it? So what the fuck is you niggas doing out here in the world asking a nigga what he done did? How guilty is he? What you've seen him do? What he deserves because of what you've seen him do? When you are that man that did the same thing that deserves the same punishment. David, you ain't read about David, but y'all think y'all greater than David. That's y'all fucking problem. Y'all think y'all greater. And we're going to get into it and prove it. We're going to get into it and prove it. See, I told y'all where we at in the body. We've overcome the lower passions, so our feelings are subdued. That's why we don't get on our feelings, and that's why we talk the way we talk, straight plain speech, to a man that's ready to hear the plain speech, that's ready to stop pussyfooting around, beating his dick and beating around the bush with life, and get serious about it. That ain't going to get caught up in those fanciful judgment of the world. Oh, you spoke like that. That means you're evil. Are you fucking retarded or something? How does an evil person speak? And then once you found out how they speak, they don't sound shit like me. So what the fuck is wrong with these people? This is what I'm trying to say. Understand what I'm saying to you, little fly. How does an evil person speak? You guys tell me. And then I'll continue. That's right, Javon. The yellow. The yellow. That's right. I told y'all that's where we at. And that we're conquering. And we're being unified so that we can shout and not have any pity, not have any quarter, give no quarter to these niggas, but to go straight forth conquering. Simple as that. And while they're talking about how a nigga beard look, it's a temporary beard, you dumbass nigga. You so worried about what's temporary. This shit gonna turn gray. Then what you gonna say? Oh, grandson, you got this on. It's temporary. Can you tell me what I got on that's eternal? A nigga will straight, I told y'all, a nigga will straight listen to my whole video and will agree the whole time. Yes, brother, amen. Yes, this brother's, wow, he's on fire, man. The Holy Spirit's truly in that man there. And then as soon as I light a blunt up, wait a minute, sober up, man. You can't be smoking any weed, man. You better repent of that. And how in the hell are you agreeing with everything that I've said up until I lit the blunt? Which means if you didn't ever see me actually light a blunt, then you would have just kept agreeing and kept on going, yes, you're right with God. I can tell. It's so obvious. God loves this guy. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And y'all wonder why he says, be not like the world. So then if I'm like the world, watch how easy it is to dismantle this world's fucking judgment. And once you see that it's dismantled, then it's going to prove that there's another world here, obviously, that's tearing it down. Now, if you are like the world, which you're not supposed to be, but if you are, then what will you think an evil person sounds like? Brother Carter says, they're going to come soft and nice and eloquent and no harsh words like a bitch. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Look, if my purpose is to deceive you, then that means I'm going to want you to think I'm good. So then if the grandson, watch how I slice and dice these niggas' brains. Watch and duck for any of it get on you flockulators wool, because y'all got real pearly white clean wool. We don't want any brains getting on it. But now, once you understand this judgment, like I've told you, once you understand it, then you go, wait a minute here. They're coming at me trying to be slick and all kind and everything. The grandson is not trying to, what did you say? Come soft and nice. He's not trying to be eloquent. He's using harsh words. So then he's doing the opposite of what a deceiver does. But look how many people think I'm deceiving because of that. Come on. Can you guys understand the depth of it? The sickness that the minds of men have been under? You included? Because I told you, some of y'all flockulators have seen me do stuff and say stuff and thought I was sinning when I did it. Y'all ain't got a lot of me. I already know what's in a man. I told y'all that. I'm not here to play. I'm not here to sugarfoot, pussyfoot, dance around. I'm here to go right to the heart of the matter. Because that's what a heal a man. Don't know what the hell y'all think heals a nigga. He gets sick with a virus and you give that nigga some Robitussin and think you're healing him. Dumbass niggas. You ain't healing shit. You just suppressing. That's what everybody else doing in the world. Y'all hear me? That's right. That's why they're offended, because we ain't nice. When have the prophets ever been nice? When have they ever been considered to be nice? When did the prophets use soft speech and smooth speech and buttery speech? When? When did the prophets when were the prophets ever considered learned men, men of high status and understanding, and taught men? They were actually called unlearned men. Guys, stop playing with the grandson of right thought, because I know the truth of the matter. Niggas is pussyfooting around like I keep telling y'all. It's time to stop doing that shit, or you won't be no conquering lion. You'll shift. And now we about to get into what really is a drunk man, because a spirit don't give a shit about a bottle of liquor, do we? Can a spirit drink some liquor? Look how sad this is with men. I can say how sick men have become. Can a spirit drink a bottle of liquor? Can a spirit smoke a blunt? Can a spirit eat a sandwich? And you guys know the answers to this. So then why would he judge you on that? If that has nothing to do with defiling you. You're a spirit that cannot do that kind of shit. He's judging you on that, on your heart. Oh my God. Can y'all understand that? Men are concerned with what goes into their mouth and goes into their belly to tell them what's righteous and what's good. But God is not concerned with that at all. See, he's concerned with what you're eating with your heart, your mind, that is, and the results that it plays out in your life. That's the diet he's concerned with. See how we're separating the two, proving it? And once you hear it, you can't even say, grandson, no, that's not true. Can you? That's right. That's right, Brother Cut. They mock the prophets. See, look at your beard, grandson. It looks like ramen noodles. Well, tell God that, because he's the one that designed it. Dumbass niggas. See what I'm saying? People talking about my beard as if I designed it. I didn't do it. I am the pot, nigga. The potter designed me. So when you talk about me, you're talking about the potter who designed me. And you expect me to get my feelings all hurt because you're talking about this vessel. Like I designed it. I didn't do it. That's like Tommy Hilfiger being offended because somebody said they don't like Ralph Lauren's clothing. Niggas is retarded. Ralph Lauren made some shit. A nigga was like, that's ugly as hell. And Tommy Hilfiger stepped in, hey, don't say that. Don't say that about him. He worked really hard, man. He really, matter of fact, he's probably going to be happy you don't like that shit. He's going to say, well, you don't like that shit. I got some shit for you that you might like. Oh, I don't understand. It's very easy. It's very easy. It ain't hard at all. But when you don't have righteous judgment, everything is hard. Your mind becomes double every time a decision has to be made. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with the grandson of right thought today. It's over with for you niggas. It's done. Can't y'all tell? Y'all think I'm going to change back now? Oh, wait. You said cussing is a sin. Oh, let me stop. Nope. Every time somebody tells me that, I just burn them up with fire and keep walking right on through the ashes. That's what I'm going to keep doing, because that just proves that you guys aren't right. You can't preach like I can, but yet you're saying I'm doing things that will keep a preacher from being able to preach like I can. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. That don't make no damn sense at all. That's that nigga on the sidelines watching Michael Jordan saying, hey man, Michael Jordan, he's not drinking the green Gatorade this time. He's drinking the red one. Oh, doesn't he know that's going to mess his game up, man? How the fuck you know what it's going to do? You ain't Michael Jordan. Oh, man, he's no good. That guy's a bum. But you can't do one thing he can do. But he's a bum. So then what that make you, since you can't even do the shit a bum can do? Look how people just roast themselves and don't even know it. Because you don't know that when you're hating, who else are you hating other than I am? And you think it's profitable to hate him and wrestle with that as if you're going to win. Your hate will outweigh him. Love conquers all, including hate, my nigga. So then I would love my brother instead of hating him. And y'all don't know y'all hate him when you say, hey, sober up, brother, when he's clearly more sober than your ass is. Telling y'all this. It's getting ridiculous at this point. It really is. And y'all gonna fall by the wayside who still remain in that carnal judgment, thinking that what you see with your eyes is what a thing is. So in other words, I'm preaching I hit a blunt and now I'm no longer sober because I hit the blunt, then what did you judge on? What you saw. You saw the blunt and went, hey, he's smoking weed. So that made you stop listening to what I was saying at that point and just say he's drunken. Because if I need to sober up, this is what I'm addressing here, little flock, for the whole flock. I was told I need to sober up. If I need to sober up, then how in the hell am I dropping these messages every day? From a drunk mind? And if I need to sober up, you're calling me a drunk, aren't you? When in reality, you perceive that I look like one, and that's all it is. But look how niggas judge. What they perceive what it looked like is that's the end of the story. That's what it is. All right, you were judged wrong a whole lot of times judging like that. Now watch this, Brother Vaughn. You said I'm doing it with no struggle. Sometimes I'm not high, and sometimes I am. Can you tell the difference? I'll ask you right now. Am I high right now? I'll ask anybody. Based on my actions and how I'm acting right now, would you say that I'm high? That's my question. Since we own this topic and we flockulators, we just kicking it. We don't really care what anybody else coming here has to say or what they think because we're already a group. It doesn't have to be 100. It doesn't have to be 100,000 because one of us will make 1,000 of them niggas run, and 2 of us will make 10,000 run. So keep doing the math. 3 of us will make 100,000 of them bitches run. So 6 of us, stop playing with us. So I'm asking, am I high right now? That's a humble answer, Brother Chris. You see what I'm saying? That's a humble answer. But people too busy trying to answer it instead of saying, there's no way we could know, grandson. Honestly, there's no way we know. Now, my question is, am I different than I am at any other time right now? Or am I the same? That's what they think, Brother Cut. And that's a compliment to a man like me. That's why I said the world don't understand how peculiar I am. And that's the point, Brother Chris. At the end of the day, for all the flockulators, that's the point. I change not. That's why I do it. I don't always do it because I don't have to. I do it to make a point. And no matter how much I say it, people just don't hear that. They don't hear that that's why I'm doing it. They just hear, oh, you're smoking weed, getting high. No, I'm teaching my flockulators, you stupid ass niggas. I'm teaching my children and my brothers and my sisters righteous judgment. They think like you think. So let me show them. You think I'm with God, don't you? Yes, grandson, it's obvious you are. So then see, this does not separate me from God. I change not. Am I staggering? Because if I am, then I need to sober up. Am I staggering? Are my words slurring? Because if they are, then I need to sober up. But if they're not, then what in the hell I need to sober up for? If I don't bear the marks of a man who's inebriated or drunken at all. See, y'all don't understand that a man who's filled with the Holy Ghost will be looked at as a man who's drunk on new wine, the Bible calls it. Y'all didn't read that in the Bible or something? Or did I make that up, little flock? Does the Bible say that? When the Holy Spirit came upon some brothers, the people that saw them thought they got drunk. See how people just don't know how to judge right? That's right, Brother Cut. That's the point for every man to try to know and understand today. You are what you are with or without it. Like I said in my message the other day, guys, I'm going to share it with you guys again today. The knowledge of good and evil, was it part of the original blueprint for you? Or did it come because of sin? So then all these people with all this knowledge of evil running around telling people, hey, that's evil, that's evil, that's evil, that's evil, that's evil, that's evil. You sinned, didn't you? Because in the beginning, it was not so. There wasn't any evil in the beginning. There was only good. You didn't have any knowledge of the alternative of good. But now you do. And you think because you do that now you're better off? Nigga, that means you're dead. That's the reason you have that kind of knowledge. It's because you're spiritually dead. You become carnal. And when you become carnal, you become spiritually dead. You become worthless. You become vain. So then all that stuff y'all start talking is profitless to a man. It will not redeem his spirit. It cannot save a spirit. Clean diet cannot save a spirit. Do y'all think it can? All right, now let's get into these scriptures and let's slice and dice some more, little flock. Matthew 10. We're going to go right to the heart of the issue in men's hearts that caused them to have this lapse in their judgment, that caused them to judge people, not knowing that that's how they're going to be judged, the same harshness. Look, guys, y'all act like judgment is something you want some of. I don't want any of it. So then I don't give any of it. Gosh, is that so hard to understand? Which one of you, look, just to prove this, which one of you flockulators have I accused you of doing something wrong? Even when you confided in me and said, I have a weakness here, grandson, or I fell in sin here, or I did this. When did I ever go, oh man, you need to sober up, man. You need to get it together and cut that out of your life. Whenever I ever did that to any of you flockulators. If there's one of you here that I've done that to, please say it before the whole flock. We live in the light. We don't dwell in darkness and keep shit in secret. No, we dwell in the light where everything is open and honest, clear for everybody to see. It's the plain. There ain't no trees blocking shit on the plain, guys. It's open to see every damn thing. You can see the enemy coming from miles away. So you can prepare before that nigga even get close to you. It's the benefit of living in the plain. See? Do you see it? But yet, how do I sound? I sound like a man who judges harshly, don't I? I know I do. I know how it sounds, but that's not my heart. So then God is trying to tell everybody that. Stop judging the sound. Stop judging how it looks. Stop judging how it smells. Stop judging how it appears. That's not righteous to do that. Judge the heart of a man. Judge what he's saying from his heart, because that is the pure language that his spirit speaks. It speaks with groanings. Did y'all not read this? But y'all are concerned about my tongue and what I've said with it. Guys, not realizing what a tongue can defile when it speaks, when it lies, when it deceives. Now, why are we adding on all this other stuff? Why? What did Yahushua not have in his mouth? And then you're going to see it's going to slice a nigga. You see why this message is so necessary, little flock? Do you see why? So it ain't no discrepancy about why this is so important that we're having this conversation today. Because look at this. Brother Cut says, I was judging some of the flockers wrongfully, and you let me get back to my senses. See? That's all I ever did. Ask Brother P. Me and him had a falling out as well. Oh, snap, little flock. Hey. My phone had a falling out. We had a falling out as well. And all I did was patiently wait. And then he came back. See? And then when he came back, I received him with open arms. Let me stop doing this. Let me stop telling you guys what happened and let Brother P tell you guys. I'll let him say it. Like I said, we're just talking as a family. This ain't no sermon. This ain't no class teaching or none of that. We're just talking as a family right now, Lil Flock. Just being honest about the truth of the matter. Maybe Brother P had to dip out, y'all. But y'all get the point of what I'm saying. You said you saw that vid. Yeah. You see? I told you, what am I gonna do? When a nigga come with some wrong thought, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna burn you. Now, I burnt Brother P up. I'm just being honest. I straight burnt him up. And it benefited him because he came out better on the other side. See why it's good to be burnt up? No, grandson, it's not. God says only acceptable men are. Only acceptable men are what, grandson? Are burnt up. You didn't read about Yahusha? Burnished brass, as if it had what? His skin was burnished brass, or bronze, they call it. As if it had what? In a furnace? As if it had what in a furnace? That's right, Brother Christopher. Only a only a fool will resist rebuke. That's the truth. That's the truth. Brother P said we had a great display of how there are great opportunities to witness forgiveness work in two people's lives. Isn't that the truth? Isn't it? Because when the heart is right, then how it looks won't matter. God keeps trying to tell you guys that. Moses killed an Egyptian. God chose him. David took Uriah's wife and had Uriah killed, and God chose him. Saul persecuted Christ. He sought after Christians and sought to put them in jail and to kill them and stone them, and he was chosen. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Y'all don't know that song or something? Everybody know that song. Amazing grace that saved a wretch like me. I guess men too prideful to understand that. That's right, Brother Vaughn. Burnt. See it? Because isn't that how he baptizes? You see why men don't know how to hear right? When I say I burnt somebody up or when I spit hot fire on you, isn't that the second baptism I described to you guys? Isn't it? Yes. He has a fan in his hand. How come? Because he think he's Katana off of Mortal Kombat or some shit? That's why he got a fan in his hand? Why he got a fan in his hand? So when he blow that hot flame out his mouth, he can increase it with that fan. Oof, 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 oof. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. Men need to stop trying to boast. I know God. Okay. Okay. All right, Lil Flock, let's get into these meat and potatoes real quick. Matthew chapter 10, start at verse 22. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. So you will be hated of all men for what reason? And this reason you guys are about to give is stamped, which means it come from a specific place. The school of marvelous light is where it come from. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. What that mean? Click. You know it. That's right, Brother Christopher, to feed the fire. That's what he got the fan for. His fan is in his hand. And he's a purifier. He's like Fuller's soap. And he's going to purify the sons of Levi. That's the priest that's supposed to know how to judge right, and they didn't. Read the Bible. They judged wrong. That's why God destroyed the priesthood. Because they weren't judging right. They were perverting judgment. Guys, it's so simple, so easy. So that's what this message is about today. The same sickness. And that's why when people don't understand where the energy that I have when I speak about it comes from, it's because they don't understand it at all. Because if they did understand it, then they'd understand why the rebuker is speaking that way, why the corrector is speaking that way. Nobody likes when the father in the house gets upset, but he needs to sometimes, or his son will just continue to just push the boundaries and see how far he can go. Sometimes his father has to rebuke him sharply. Hey, don't push anymore. That's enough, and that's your limit. Okay? So we're done now. Nobody likes when the father does that. So that's the key I want you guys to hear. The father understands that he must, even though he will be hated for it, even though he will be disliked for it at times. He must endure that for righteousness' sake. So then the same with a preacher and the people, it's the same thing. He must do certain things that are going to make them hate him or make them dislike them, make them dislike him. But it's just temporary, because when righteousness settles in, you're going to come back and say, hey, yeah, I was tripping, bro. And because I know that, I'm going to say, no big deal. I forgive you. I forgive you for tripping. Now don't trip no more. And that like Yahushua would do. I forgive you. I don't condemn you. Go and sin no more. And it's the same thing. So then ain't we supposed to be like him? So then you see why I'm being like that to my brothers? You see why I'm not bringing up I'm not sitting here asking you, what did you do today, brother? Did you look at some pornography or something? Because remember, you're not supposed to. I don't even bring it up because the truth of you is you're a spirit. So I'm going to talk to you from that perspective. I don't understand what I'm saying. Okay? And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. For my name's sake. So y'all said, for the sake of I am. Okay, I am. And taking in truth. Okay, specifically, his name's sake. Who's speaking here? That would be the beloved is speaking. So you're hated because you are loved. That is the state of being that you're in. And a person who's loved is confident. So arrogance hates confidence because confidence is the truth of what arrogance is attempting to be. Guess the little people in the world just can't hear the grandson tell the truth about this stuff. But can y'all hear it? Arrogance is envious, jealous of confidence. And when you're jealous, it is because you want to be it. So it's something that you hate just as much as you say you love with your mouth, but you hate just as much because you envy and you covet immensely. You see that? So when people don't feel loved, what do you think they covet? Come on. Slicing and dicing as usual, guys. If a person does not think that they're loved, what will they covet in the earth? So simple and so easy. If you have two sons, one of them feels like he's hated by the parents, but he thinks the other one is loved by the parents, how will he feel about his brother who he believes is loved? How will he feel about him? This is not even hard. The grandsons are the perfect example. That's why God always shows it to you, just as it is this day. That's right, Brother Chris. Envious, hateful. You see it? So then now do you understand why it says that's why you're hated by the other children on the earth that do not feel loved? Most people, almost all of them, do not feel that they are loved. They only feel loved when they've done something that they think is good. I am loved regardless. So when somebody tells me you need to do this for God to love you, then you're a deceiver and you worship Satan because I'm already loved. So don't try to deceive me out of that. And then people will hate you because they will say, what have you done to earn God's love? What makes you so special? Isn't that what the kid will say to the one that's loved? What did you do that's so special? Mommy loves you more than me. What did you ever do that made you such a prized possession in the apple of daddy's eye? What did you ever do? That's all they ever think is it's something that they did. Election is why. You just elect. And even the one that's going, what did he do? It's not coming down. What did he do to deserve God's love? And God doesn't love me. Even the ones that saying that don't realize that that's how they are with other people. While they're blaming God as if it's wrong if God does it or wrong if other men do it, they themselves do it to other people all the time. They can't help but do it. If they're doing that with God, they're doing it with other people. They have a work-based, earn-based love that they give to people and offer to people. But yet they're mad when it's offered to them the same thing. Hypocritas cucarachas. Simple as that, little fly. So now we've clarified. You all are hated because of the fact that I am loved. That's why. Nothing else. That's the namesake that you're hated for. People in the world, now watch this to prove that we're different from the world. Like I told you, we don't judge like they judge. When it says you will be hated of all men for my namesake, how does the world hear that? Watch it to be different than what I told you. It always is. Because we got two different minds interpreting the scripture. One is life and peace. One is death. So now how does the world hear that? You should be hated of all men for my namesake. How do they hear it? That's right, Brother Chris. It's always a condition. It's always a condition to their love. It's a conditional love that they offer. But they're mad when people offer them conditional love. That's proving that that conditional love is not satisfactory to the soul. It's not sufficient. It's not enough. But men keep thinking that God wants it like that. God wants work-based love. Come on, guys. You don't. You don't. But God does. Okay. But you don't. You just want to be loved just cause, man. Don't we all? But how many people believe that they are? How many people believe that they can find the love that they're looking for in their life just by being and being patient and waiting faithfully for it? None hardly do. That's why the Son of Man don't find no faith, he said. You're looking for it, but shall he find it? That's right, Brother Chris. They're going to say you're hated for the name of Jesus because you stand on the name of Jesus. That's why people will hate you. Has nothing to do with that. You see how we're to have a different interpretation. You see? That's right, Brother P. That's right. That was the point I was making. People will have conditional love for you, but will hate you when you expose them for loving conditionally. That's right. That's called a hypocritas cucaracha. The same one Christ came to fight against, didn't he? So then who you think I'm fighting against? The same hypocrites. The same hypocrites that will go to a wedding, celebrate at the wedding reception comes, they open the bar, and you're sitting there drinking shots and saying, well, it's a wedding, we're celebrating. That's why I'm drinking the shots. But you're drinking it. You gave yourself grace and a reason to. So then how come this brother can't? But if his reason and his grace is not up to your standard, then he's sinning and you're not. Look how men pride do. Look how sick they are. You got a friend, he just graduated fucking summa cum laude from medical school or some shit. He's been fighting his whole life for this shit, 10 years. He finally graduates and you're not going to have a shot with him? Yeah, it's a drunkard does that. No, he doesn't. I told you niggas that. A drunkard don't drink. He staggers. People can't understand me when I say that. You see what I'm trying to say, little flock? But that's why he staggers, because he drinks. But there's another man who drinks that ain't staggering. There's another man smoking weed that don't stagger when he smoke weed. But you do stagger. So you think because your weak ass staggers, my strong self is supposed to stagger. I'm strong. I don't stagger, bitch. My house is not wavering. Christ said that. So then when I prove it to you, then you expect me to bend to your will or shift or turn? I don't stand on sand, nigga. I stand on a solid foundation of truth. I'm loved and nothing can change it. So try to tell me something I did that changed God's love for me. Watch it fall by the wayside. Watch it fall by the wayside. And meanwhile, Do God love when you judge people? Do God love when you do that? Why you talking about God don't love what I did? Do God love when you do that? What you doing? When you judge? Especially when you judge unrighteous judgment. Do God love that? Do God love when you envy your brother? When you want and covet what he has? When he has the spirit? And so you say, you look at him, you know he has the spirit, and you say, well, he's filthy. He don't have no fucking spirit if he's filthy. So then I don't give a fuck what he knows, what he says. He's still filthy. And they didn't say that about Yahusha? Yes, they did. They had the same attitude toward him. So we're going to get into it about how you should be ready for that. You see that? That's right, Brother Vaughn. You hit it right on the head. Stagger how real love works. That's right. We're about to get into that in this message today too, little fly. Okay? Okay? So you should be hated of all men for my name's sake. So some of the world go hate us? No. There's only ones who know their love and those who don't. Those the only two people on earth. Two grandsons. I'm trying to tell y'all that. I've been trying to tell you that. That's it. There's two worlds. Jacob and Esau. They represent worlds. Guys, those two grandsons. So one world is passing away and the one is being birthed. I'm telling you the one is being birthed. We don't judge by how a thing sounds. Now, what world does that mean I'm from? If I say I don't judge how a thing sounds. So when a brother comes to me, I don't care if he cusses. I don't care if he yells. I don't care if he talks quietly. I don't care if he has broken speech or a speech impediment. I'm patient. I sit there and I wait for him to express himself to me in the way that he knows how to. Some men are not articulate. Some men are not wise. Some men never learn how to read. Some men never had a father set them on their knee and teach them. They learned everything they learned from just picking it up off the street. And I'm supposed to now judge that brother about everything he picked up off the street? Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Y'all niggas is wicked in this world. And if y'all can't see it, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. But he who endureth to the end shall be saved. So what is a man enduring in? You hear men say it all the time. You got to endure. You got to endure. Enduring what? Let's see if it links up to what I'm saying you must endure in. Because I'm never going to change from what I'm saying. Other niggas be changing. I'm not going to change. Good point, Brother Cut. Those with the promise and those that wish. That's right. So he who endures to the end shall be saved. He endured in what? What did he endure in? He endured being misjudged. That's right. Being misjudged that he was what? What were the people misjudging him about? That's right, Brother Cut. Hatred. That's right. Love and being graceful. That's right, Brother Vaughn. Love and being graceful. You're enduring in the fact that you know you're loved. Y'all don't know. Y'all ain't lived long enough to see the life of a man yet. How hurtful it is. And how nobody cares about the hurts of a man's heart. Why do you think a comforter must be sent to these men who had no comforter, guys? They went through life feeling like they were unloved because of something their mother did, some aspect of their mother's personality that was wicked as hell. I've experienced it myself. So I know. You were lied to at times. That causes you to doubt whether you're loved or not. When your own mother lies to you, you start going, well, damn, who's going to love me then? That's the struggle of all men. That's the only struggle of all men, is to remain knit to his God. His God is love. To know that he is loved, despite if his mother and his father depart from him and forsake him, little flock. What does the scripture say? If my mother and my father forsake me, then what's going to happen to me? I'm not loved anymore? Is that what it says? I'm not loved if my wife depart from me? If I lose my goods and lose my house, lose my reputation and my credibility and my integrity? Does that change it? That's right, Brother Cut. No one cares, bro. How many times have you shed tears in a room all by yourself? Bitter tears, man, because of the pain and the hurt that you've endured. Many days, and I know that I have. Many, many times. Sometimes right in front of you guys, because like I said, I don't I'm not trying to put on a facade of a man, guys. Can't y'all understand that I'm not? I'm just me. Whatever you think that is. It's not my fault you misjudge me. I forgive you for misjudging me. I know what I am. I know I'm kind. I know I'm patient. I know I'm long suffering. I know I suffer long. I know I forgive quickly. And I've also been ridiculed for it. I've been called a fool for it as well. And I've been called weak and a pussy. So I know how I feel, my brothers. But there was nobody to comfort you when they were called those things and misunderstood in such a way. Or just looking for somebody to listen to you, to hear what you were going through. Nobody willing to listen. Nobody willing to hear. You see it, little flock? So now, but he who endures to the end shall be saved. Okay? Let's jump down to verse 24. The disciple is not above his master. Do y'all hear that, little flock? So now, who's the master in this case? I know that's right, Brother Cut. Wow. It's just the truth, man. I don't know. I believe the world thinks that kings don't cry. Well, maybe they need to read maybe they need to read the shortest verse in the Bible. And they'll see that kings indeed do shed tears because they're compassionate. And they hate to see a person in pain. Okay, little flop. So who's the master in this case? Okay, the beloved. Okay. So the disciple of that master, or the student, the one who's learning from the beloved one, is not what? He's not above his master. You see it? He's not above him. So then he shouldn't be judging him if he's not above him. Should he? Nope. Okay. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master. Stop. So it is enough that the student attain the level of the master that was teaching the student. So the students are all being taught by one master, and that master is Christ. That master is Yahushua. We can all accept this, right? He's the master. He's the good shepherd, correct? So now, if that's the case, then all of his disciples are not better than him. They're not above him. They're not greater than him. So then we need to look at him. Fuck another nigga. That's how a wife should be for her husband. Can you hear the heart of those words? Fuck another nigga. Because I'm down for my nigga. Can you hear the heart of it? It means I don't commit adultery on my husband. But see how the world can't hear the heart of that? Oh, man, fuck them other niggas. Why you gotta talk so disgusting? When niggas lie to you, that's disgusting. When a nigga talking to you trying to deceive you, that's disgusting. It ain't? Yeah, it is. Well, then how come you let people do it to you all day? You like people doing disgusting shit to you all day? Damn. Break out the dominatrix kit. This nigga love pain. Shit. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So now, it's enough that he's asked his master. Now, in order to understand that, little flock, we need to understand, well, how is the master? In other words, how was he treated in this world? Because if you expect to be treated better than he was, then what does that mean you think of yourself? That obviously means you think you're greater than the master. It obviously means you think that you're greater than your Lord, right? If you think you deserve better treatment than him, right? We've all mourned over being mistreated, But when we look at Yahusha, our mistreatment pales in comparison. So we humble ourselves and we accept our mistreatment, knowing that it is not what we deserve. But how many people, when they get mistreated, say, I don't deserve this? Do you even know what you actually deserve? Yes, grandson, I deserve nothing but good things. I deserve, baby, I deserve. Nigga, no, you don't deserve. Baby, I deserve. No, you don't deserve. I'll tell you what you deserve. And you know what I'm going to say. Ride for my niggas because I'm down for my niggas. Fuck the mother niggas because I'm down for my niggas. That's right. That's right. See how people get all up in arms? Why you gotta say it like that? I'm just saying, I'm loyal. See how people can't hear the good? I hear the good. When you say fuck them other niggas because I'm down for my niggas, what you're saying is, I'm loyal to my team. Now, what kind of teammate do you niggas want? A nigga that don't say fuck them other niggas, I'm down for my niggas? You so offended he said that you kicked him off the team, you dumbass nigga. That's dumb. Ain't it dumb? You're in a football team. Your running back just ran the craziest 100-yard damn near touchdown, and then y'all go into the huddle, and he's like, "Fuck them other niggas, because I'm down for my nigga." And you start going, "Hey man, come on, man, bring it down a notch, man. Fuck that. Don't say it like that, you know." Hey, messed up there. Excuse me. Don't say it like that, man. Say, I'm grateful for my team. Yeah, we're doing it. Say something like that, man. Fuck that. You see what I'm saying, little flock? We just real. We hear the heart of a thing. Isn't that what we're supposed to hear? Look how I am about it. Aren't we supposed to hear the heart when somebody speaks? I want somebody to say, no, we're not. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say, no, we're not. Get my whack-a-mole hammer. Right then. So the disciple is not above his master. So then I'll ask you guys, how was Yahusha treated by the world? How was he treated by the world? Like crap, like trash. Look at these words you guys are saying. Have you been treated like that? I have, and still am, to this day. I'm shunned. People look away. People look down. People I have even helped, they act like I have never known them. You see what I'm trying to say, little flock? Treated like a piece of crap, a trash, right? So then if you're not greater than him, then how are you going to be treated? The reason why I'm going through these questions like this, little flock, is to humble everybody down to these facts. Okay? That when people say, hey, you're wrong for doing that, I'm just going to say, was Yahusha accused of the same type of things? And if he was, then I should be willing to expect that. I expect somebody to judge me wrong because they judged Christ wrong. He didn't do any sin. There was no gall in his mouth, and yet they killed him. So then if I seek to be in that state of being, which is no gall in my mouth, telling my brothers the truth, then what will the world want to do to me? Well, if I get an A+ on my test, they'll want to kill me. Right? I'm being as my master then, aren't I? Yeah. How many men want the world to want to kill you? None do, pussy. Tuck your tail then. Go ahead. No. Go ahead on and get back in the car. Get back in the kennel. Get back in your master's car and let him take you back on home. Matter of fact, he's probably not going to take you home. It's going to take you for the long ride because you proved to be fruitless and a waste of money. Y'all understand the point of what I'm saying? Okay. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master and the servant as his Lord. Watch what he's going to say next to prove that what I'm telling you is he's not saying some glorified thing. Like to be as me means you're going to get a great life and everybody's going to treat you good and laud you up as some great king. No. Watch this. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Are we of his household? So then how much more shall we be called? Now, if you guys aren't being called anything, then you're not like Yahusha. Aren't I proving that? Because to be as your master means that you must be able to take ridicule and misjudgment and hatred and people being offended at you, even though you haven't done anything offensive. They think you have. You cussed. It's not offensive. Lying is. No, grandson. I mean, lying is, but cussing is too. No, you have to have one or the other. One or the other. Because one is true and one's just not true. But I want to hold on to both. Well, then that means you have two minds. If you have two breakdowns of one word. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I'm about to expose that with the word of God too. Just to clarify, that whack-a-mole hammer does indeed crush. Okay, now continuing. Watch this. Fear them not, therefore. Look at what he's saying. So you want to be like me, then don't fear them. So why is he telling you not to fear them? Because they're going to do what to you? That's my question. That's right. To cast you out of their midst. And he says, when they do this, even when they kill you, who did they think they did for? What does the Bible say? When they talk crap about you, when they accuse you, which is killing you, which is throwing darts at you, that's the fiery darts of the devil. It's to get you to think you're not loved, to try to convince you of sin. That's why Christ said, which one of you convinces me of sin? Like I say, people accuse me all damn day long, but they never convince me of it. They never do. So then that what Yahushua said? Yeah. He said, which one of you convinced me of sin? And if you can't convince me of sin, then why do you seek to kill me? And then they said, you have a devil. Look how they just kept going. You have a devil. Nobody trying to kill you. He said, yeah, you indeed do try to kill me several times. And then they did. So then they were lying when they were talking to him, weren't they? Yeah. But they didn't cuss though. But they sure did lie. They sure did bear false witness with their tongue, even though they didn't cuss. That's right, Brother Chris. That's who they said they were doing the service for. They who kill you think they do God a service. See? I got rid of that heathen. That's what they think. I got rid of that guy. He was unclean. He was a stain amongst our group. That's what he was. No, nigga. A stain among your group is a nigga that deceives. That's a stain. You just keep whack-a-moling us there, grandson. Yeah, shit. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it too. Fear them not, for there is nothing covered. Look what he's saying. The same thing I'm saying. They misjudge you. They can't see the heart. They can't see what's covered. They only see the outside. You hear that, little flock? They only see what's on the outside. So what does he say? There is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So if you're not unclean, even though you look like you're doing something unclean to the men's eyes, then you will be revealed to be clean if you just endure. See what I'm saying to you? But if you give it up and get scared of men, as he said, don't. If you fear men, when they say, hey, grandson, don't smoke no weed. If I feared men, I'd stop. I go, oh, shit. What did you say is going to happen if I smoke weed? What's going to happen to me? Yeah, man, you're going to get all paranoid and stuff. And you're going to You're gonna this what's gonna happen when you get high. And then you're this. And none of that this happens to me. Maybe I'm just cut differently than you are. Don't we have a different fingerprint, nigga? So then everything ain't gonna affect me the same way this should affect you, is it? Blessed is the man that condemneth not in himself in that thing in which he alloweth. Continuing. With sweet time. Continuing. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light. And what you hear in the ear, that preach you upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body. Look how you keep saying that. But are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. That's I am. So fear I am. Don't fear these niggas. So what does it mean to fear I am and not to fear them? Oh, okay. I was scared of those guys, but no, I'm going to be scared of you, God. No, I'm righteous. I'm so terrified of you. Is that what you guys think God means by fear me? Is that what you think? What do you think he means? That's right, Brother Carlton Hills. They ain't never smoked in their damn life. Nigga never got high before, but yet he want to tell you. That's why I told you, I don't talk about shit I don't know nothing about. That's like me going to a heroin addict and trying to tell him what I think and feel about his heroin addiction. I don't know what it feels like to be addicted to heroin. So how the hell can I tell him anything about heroin? I do know how it feels to be addicted to wrong thought, though. So then I will liberate him from that. Because as a man thinking, so is he. So if I liberate his thoughts, then he will be a different man. He won't be a different man if I take the heroin out of his hand. He's going to be the same man craving the same shit. So if he doesn't do it, his heart still wants it. God's looking at his heart, guys. Y'all think because he didn't do it, he's righteous. But his heart did it. And this is the same thing Yahushua said to the world, but the world's still going, I didn't commit adultery with that woman. I'm righteous. I was at work, grandson. I went to the break room, and then that fine-ass girl came in there, grandson, and she was looking so good and everything. And I got aroused when I looked at her, grandson, and then I said, no, I'm a righteous man. I don't look at that woman and lust after her. I don't going to touch her. I'm not going to have sex with her at all. And I turned away and I walked out of that room. And I walked down the hallway back to my job station, grandson. And then I when I got to my cubicle, I almost jacked off because I was thinking about that fine-ass girl. Damn! But I was just sitting there at my computer like this when my colleagues saw me. So do you guys understand that that's what everybody doing? I'm not exaggerating. That's what everybody is doing. They're sitting right next to a nigga. They have a whole world going on inside their head. But on the outside, they're like this. Yeah, I know, man. It's so cool hanging out with you. You didn't want to be there. You told your wife, I'm just going to go hang up for 5 minutes, come back home. I don't want to be that shit. This guy just wants me to come so fucking bad, I'm going to go. But when you got there, hey, yeah, man, I'm so happy to be here. Yeah. Isn't that what happens? The girl, she wants to get some money to pay her bills and her rent and shit. So she sees a man that got some money. And she walk up to that man. He ugly. He's not attractive. She's not attracted to him at all. She's not. She doesn't want him. She doesn't even want him to look at her. But she need that bankroll he got. So then what will she do? Baby, here's his arm. Here's her hand. Baby, maybe we can hang out. Maybe we can go shopping or something. I mean, maybe we can go night on the town. Well, what you gonna do for me? Well, whatever you want me to do. Whatever he wants you to do. Whatever he wants you to do. Y'all hear me, little fuck? They toe up out here. They is toe up. I'm telling you, man, caveman getting exposed like hell. His ass, I'm good. Right, grandson? No, you the end of the world, Nick. Hairy ass red Nick. You the end of the world, Neanderthal. Your ways is over with. Making it look good. The president does that shit, don't he? Like I said, this shit can go on all day. I need to get back to the scriptures. But y'all see, this can go on all damn day. The preacher is doing it. That nigga was just at the house in some hoop shorts and a wife beater, eating some Cheetos, watching the Lions game, and then he had to go give a sermon, so he dusted the Cheetos off and everything and put his beer in the cooler, took some Listerine, washed his face and everything, put his suit on. Yes, congregation, I am Pastor Collingsworth, and I am here today to share the good news with you. Hold on. Put my ask out here. No, don't you think I'm intelligent when I stand here and talk like this to you guys? No, nigga. Them games is over with. I want a nigga to tell me the truth. If he's telling me the truth, then I'm going to love him. I'm not going to care nothing about how he looks. But the world just can't understand that. I'm telling you, Brother Chris, the world, I'm telling you, I've seen and I've heard the same thing. She gonna boo-boo on that dude. She gonna boo-boo on that boy. I'm telling you, I've heard it all. Shit. A nigga tried to petition my woman one time. He didn't know I was with her. I was dipped off to the side and everything, and she was somewhere in the building doing something. And I seen the guy walk in there and try to smooth up on her and talk to her, but I just kept my distance, just watched him from a distance. Because I know she know how to handle herself, so I'm watching it. So she handled herself. So she comes right over to me and says, can you believe that this guy just came up to me and petitioned me to put a strap-on on, and he was going to pay me $300 to use it on him? Now, is that something you think that man goes right to his job and tells everybody that he does? No. You think he goes and tells his mom that? No. You think he tells his wife that? No. That's the way of the world. Y'all crazy, man. A lot of flock of ladies, because y'all just real, man. Snort a line and bang a hooker before coming out to preach in the Gothic Citadel. You know it's true. You know it's true, man. And most of them, they don't even want the stripper anymore. They don't even want the stripper anymore. They want the little child. They want the little boy and all this other weird shit. You see what I'm saying to you? It's truly diabolical, man. It's truly diabolical. He was just cussing at the game, talking about that's a goddamn foul, ref. What the fuck? You know it's true, Brother Carlton. Fuck, I lost all my money betting on this asshole. Fuck. Shit, I knew I should have put my money on Gervonta Davis. Damn it. Oh, shit. Well, where's all that decorum and demure and everything when you get all upset about your video game that froze on your dumb ass? You didn't do the update. You playing this shit. Come on. You're on the microphone talking to your homeboy across the ocean. Yes, come on. Get the team together, man. Okay. Yeah. Okay, watch my back, man. They're coming. Shoot. Pow. Shit just freeze. Ah! Throw the remote all down and everything. Snatch the TV all down and shit. You hear me, little flock? You like, damn. You guys are nuts around here. Y'all hear me, little flock? Niggas is nuts. All right, little flockulators. Now let's keep going. See what else we uncover. All right. All right. Verse 16 of Matthew. Verse 16. Chapter 16 of Matthew. Matthew 16. We'll start at verse. Okay. Start at verse 6. We'll grab an extra point while we're over there. Then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. Now I need you to hear what he said, and then I need you to hear how his disciples heard it. Okay? Beware of the leaven. Why didn't he, if he didn't mean leaven, why did he say leaven? Before I continue, if he didn't mean leaven, why did he say beware of the leaven? If he doesn't mean leaven, why did he say leaven? Peace to you, Raven. Peace. That's right, Brother Vaughn. Spirit eyes. Spirit eyes. That's right, Brother Chris. Has the same effect. Start small, a little leaven, leaven it the whole lump, as he said. But when he said leaven, he was actually speaking about another totally different thing. He used the leaven as an example. My question is, why did he do that? Why didn't he just come out and say what he meant? Why did he do that? That's right, Brother Cut. Parables, higher teachings. Why? Because he said why he does it. Matter of fact, when Yahushua said leaven, what was he actually talking about? Beware of the what? Of the Pharisees. Because if they heard, they would be saved. So then, in other words, he didn't want them to hear it. He didn't want them to hear. To see who was carnal and to see who was spiritual, to separate the wheat from the tares, the sheep from the goats. It's the doctrine. It's the doctrine of his Father, that's for sure. Okay? Brother Vaughn says pride. Nope. It's akin to pride, though. It's an offshoot of pride. In other words, it's a child of pride. The thing that Yahushua was referencing when he said leaven. Beware of the leaven. What was he referencing when he said leaven? All right. Let's just keep going, little flock. And they reasoned among themselves. Stop. What did the grandson tell you about that? About when you hear the spiritual words, you start to reason them, you're going to hear them wrong. When you're reasoning, what mind are you using? That's right. It's easy. The carnal mind. So if you're in the carnal mind, where are you? Leaning to your own understanding? Correct. That's right, Brother Chris. You're dwelling in death. You see it? You're in death. If you thought Yahushua was talking about leaven, then that means you were dead. Right? So let's see how they heard it. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, is it because we have taken no bread? Which when Jesus perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith. See that response? O ye of little faith. Why reason you among yourself? Why are you reasoning? That will not help you understand what I mean. Reason will not help you understand the spirit. Spirit doesn't need a reason, does it? Nope. Nope, it don't. I started this message telling you about the breeze, how you don't know where it came from and you don't know where it's going, but you felt it. All right, little flock. All right. Who was that said that about the doctrine? That was Brother Cut. That's right. About the doctrine of the Pharisees. So then my question to you guys is, if he said beware of their doctrine, then he's telling you that their doctrine does what? First of all, what is their doctrine? And then once you hear what it is, then what does it do to you? We've already discussed it. Let's make sure we clarify it together before we move forward. What is a far from sea, first of all? What is a far from sea? A Pharisee. That's right. Ain't that ironic, Brother Cut? Ain't that ironic? It makes you drunk. While they're talking to you about being drunk, they're the ones that are actually drunk. Did you not read about Ephraim? They were drunk. And they were not drunk off of a bottle. Were they? I told you, God just judges differently. He says they were drunk with what? What did Brother Vaughn say? Pride. The drunkards of Ephraim are drunk with pride. So then God judges drunkenness different than a man does, doesn't he? That's right, Brother Vaughn. Breaking down the doctrine of the Pharisees, they make you seem perfect in a man's eye. So then they won't smoke any weed, will they? In front of men, they won't. They'll do it secretly, but they will not smoke weed in front of you, will they? Just be honest and answer. Will a Pharisee smoke weed in front of a congregation of people? Would he do it? Nope. Did he tell you to watch out for them? Slice! Not fucking around, I keep telling you that. Didn't he tell you to watch out for them type of niggas? The ones that won't do it? Not the ones that are doing it, but look how the world is. That nigga's doing that. Watch out for grandson. He's evil. Scratch your ass and get glad, tap dance, and do whatever the fuck else you niggas gotta do. I'm still gonna be standing at the end of the day. Y'all see how we breaking this down? We taking our time, but you see how we breaking it down? And do you see why it's necessary that we do? So then you guys are admitting that a Pharisee who calls himself a leader, who calls himself a shepherd, would never smoke weed. Now, do you see people who teach that you're not supposed to, and they don't do it in front of men? Do you guys see that in the world? That's my next question. That's my next question. Now that we're putting the cloak off, I told you, now that we talking to these niggas, they ain't got no cloak for their sin. We're exposing what their sin is. Goody two shoes, two men. But that ain't good enough to God. You're going to step on both of them damn two shoes and smash your shit flat as pancakes, nigga. Now walk. Oops, you can't no more. Ain't got no feet. Ain't got no feet. You can't dance. You can't skit. You damn sure can't do the moonwalk. So we slicing and dicing these niggas. They hide it. Okay, so that means they will not do it. So then, let me ask you another question. Would a Pharisee cuss before his congregation? Would he use raunchy, abrasive language before his congregation? Watch how the answer is going to be no. Just watch. Nope. We're slicing and dicing these guys, the fakes. That's what we're doing right now. Nope. So then he won't do what the grandson does, will he? So then isn't it obvious that I'm not a Pharisee? Isn't that obvious? Wouldn't God want it to be obvious? That's right, Brother Cuddy, sure will. He's a harsh judge. And the only way he knows how to judge is by killing, stealing, and destroying. He only knows how to destroy his child. He only knows how to steal his child's life force. And he only knows how to kill his child. By what he says. And the judgment he judges his son with. It's unrighteous and unfair. And no man can bear it, the weight of it. But yet men keep trying to put that weight on men's shoulders. Yahusha said that. Everything I'm saying, he said. So then he won't do what I do. So then are we different? The preacher you guys are listening to versus the Pharisees, the preachers that preach about outward righteousness and looking good and sounding good and dressing good and smelling good and everything else they say is good. They won't do what I do, will they? Why won't they? Because they, let me not even answer it. I want you guys to answer it. Why won't they do what I do? Why aren't they willing to do what I'm willing to do? Why not? That's right, Brother Cut. You want to steal that I am love. And why? Because he's not. He doesn't believe he is. That's the only two type of people. I don't care if they're father and a son. That's the only struggle there is. If the father knew he was loved, then he'd love his son. If he doesn't believe he's loved, he cannot love his son. And his son will not understand why he's not loved. So it just causes confusion and it causes death. That's simple. That's a cursed bloodline, isn't it? Father doesn't believe he's loved. He raises his son not to believe he's loved. That son has a son. That son is raised to believe he's not loved. He raises another son. He believes he's not loved. That's a cursed blood. But I am loved over here. Shit. I'm safe. I'm secure. I'm special. I'm precious. Okay? Said because they're hypocrites, it's below them. They don't feel love. Ongoing cycle. Oh, I hear what you mean, ongoing cycle. Yeah, that cursed bloodline. They don't feel love. It's below them. And because they're hypocrites. Well, ultimately, little flock, they don't do it because they're afraid of what men will think of them if they do. Isn't that right? They're concerned to look righteous before men. If men deem that stuff to be unrighteous, then they won't do it. Why? So that they can convince you that they're a righteous man. I'm not trying to convince you I'm righteous. I am what I am. So I don't have to act. See the word that Yahusha used? Hypocritas. Hypocrites means actor. I don't have to act like I'm righteous. I don't have to act like I'm clean. Why do I have to if I am? What the fuck is wrong with these people? If I'm clean, I don't have to make sure everybody knows. It's like the kid when he was dirty. Watch what I'm saying. Watch how this all breaks down, guys, and you guys know it's true. Maybe some of us have done it. When you're young and you're a kid and everything, the last thing on your mind really is washing your ass when you're at a certain age of youth. You're too concerned with having fun. You're outside running around. You're all in the dirt. You're playing pickup, messing up with your friends. You're playing pickup football and everything. So you're all in the field, rolling it in the grass. You got holes, grass stains all on your shit. You're stinking. Like my mama say, you smell like outside when you come back in the house. So your parent may be like, bathe, wash your ass, right? But you're a kid and you don't understand why that's important. So you may just walk in the bathroom and act like you're washing up and act like you're really taking a shower and a bath and everything. And then you hurry up and get done and run on back to the room, still stinking and everything. So you got caught. Your mom's like, you didn't wash your ass. Did you use soap? Yeah. Well, you don't smell like you did. Go in there and wash up again. Now you got to go in there and do it right. You could have just did it right the first time, but now you got to go in there and do it right. Why? Because your deception got caught. You were deceiving when you said you washed your ass and you just didn't. When you said you brushed your teeth and you didn't. When you said you do your homework and you didn't do it. You were deceiving. And then you got caught and then you said, oh shit, it don't pay to deceive. I'm exposed for what I really am. So just be what you really are. But the Pharisees, they go in the shower, they wash up perfectly. Now watch what they do. They wash up with the best soap that there is out there. And they make sure they lather up, make sure it's smelling nice and really good and strong. And then they run out of the bathroom and they run right for the mommy. Smell me. Smell my arm, mommy. Smell. Smell my underarms, mom. Smell. Smell my butt. Nigga ain't about to smell your ass, man. Damn, you clean. I get it. You're clean. I understand. That's what they're doing still to this day. Look at me. I'm clean. Smell me. Look at my garment. Look how I'm standing. Look how I'm talking. Look how I'm dressed. Look what I'm doing. Look at and at not one point did you ever say, look at my heart, you dumbass nigga. Vanity and sanity, I swear. Verse 11. We'll jump ahead a little bit. How is it that you do not understand that I spoke it not to you concerning bread? See how he says that? How come y'all don't understand I ain't talking about no damn bread? I ain't talking about no damn bread. Why you think I am? Because they're carnally minded. Okay? But that you should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. Then understood. So then how come they understood then? Because he had let them know that he wasn't talking about bread. So it took the reasoning mind off of that and said, well, then what is he talking about? Can y'all understand how important that is for facultators to understand? You heard something, but what is he talking about? Only the Spirit can reveal that. Y'all hear what I'm saying, little facultators? Okay? Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And in another place it says hypocrisy. Y'all hear me? Scrub a dub dub. Oh man, y'all silly. They got the Himalayan soap. I told you they got the expensive 5,000 pounds for this particular soap that we've dug from a certain place that only produces a certain fragrant lily. And it grows upon the corner of a hill where a man has to stretch like Stretch Armstrong to reach his arm up there to grab a petal from that flower. And then he makes a soap out of that petal. That's the soap that the Pharisees use. Yahusha doesn't even wash his hands. What a disgusting man. Isn't that what they said? He doesn't even wash his hands. Look at me. I washed mine with the Himalayan soap. God loves me. God doesn't love Yahusha. He didn't wash his hands. You stupid ass nigga. You ain't never had a child before? I forgot. They maybe did have a child, but they didn't love him. So I should have asked, y'all ain't never loved a child before? When you love a child, you sit there and you see him do stuff all the time without washing his hands. You open a pack of cookies, you slid the little pack open, you went to go wash your hands, but your little son there said, Dad left, I guess, so that I could have free reign over these cookies here. The nigga just got done picking his nose and everything. Got his hand digging all in his diaper. You come in, son, no, don't do that. See? Before you told him no, he didn't know that it was wrong. Did he? So who told you you were naked? Okay. Let's jump down a little, flock. Verse 13. When Yahusha came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, Some say that thou art John the Baptist, some say Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. And he said unto them, But whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, so who answered? Simon Peter. Okay. He answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the anointed, the Son of the living power. And Yahusha answered and said unto him, Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood, for which you see with your eyes, which you smell with your nose, which you handle with your hands, which you heard with your ears, which you tasted with your tongue, did not reveal it unto thee, but my Father, which is in heaven. Father is a spirit. See? And Yahusha answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah. Y'all hear that part? Verse 18. And I said also unto thee that thou art Peter. What does Peter mean? What does Peter mean, little flock? That's right, Brother Chris. Reason could not reveal it. It cannot reveal the truth of the word. If a man can't hear the truth of the word, then hearing the word will not profit him. He can't do it. You see what I mean? That's right, y'all. That's right. Rock, faith, rock, faith, the rock of faith. I hear that, little flock? A big rock. That's right. That means a hard rock to fucking move. That should be your faith. And what is that big rock that should not be moved that Christ is referencing here? Let's get into a little bit more. I'll let you guys percolate while I read. You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Stop, little flock. So what did he just say right there? What are you saying? Mm-hmm. 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 So the state of mind that I am loved, I will build my church on that thought. What is my church, little flock? It is my feelings. The seven spirits that I told you guys about, the seven eyes of the body, are all built on that one thought. I am loved. That is the message that comes down into the body. The rest of the body must get in alignment with that thought. Your whole life, you're being enticed out of that feelings that match that thought. You're being enticed out of the feelings that match your peace, out of the feelings that match you being calm, out of the feelings that match you being saved and loved. You're being enticed out of it, or manipulated out of it, or tricked or deceived out of it every single day. You see, little flock? That's the fight of faith. That's why it's called the fight of faith. So now, I am loved is the state of being that a man is to stay in, and he will build his emotions and his feelings off of that thought. So then what does that mean? That means if I believe I am loved, then how will I feel? See? I can't feel that I'm loved if I don't think I am first. But once I think that I am, as a man thinketh, and then in his heart. So then my feelings must match that thought. What will a man feel like if you know he's loved? Will he be judgmental of others? Will he become an accuser to his brothers? Not if he knows what love is, he won't. Okay, let's continue. And the gates of hell shall not prevail against that. Somebody break it down a little, flock. The gates of hell shall not prevail against my thought, which is I am loved. I am loved. So the gates of hell are going to try to fight against that. What are the gates of hell? Mm-hmm. 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 That's right. Lies, deceit, which is death, which is the carnal mind. Yes, right, brother Chris. Where is your sting? It used to sting. People think it means death like this. No, it means, like I said, when your mother lied to you, that shit stung. When your father deceived you, when he wasn't there for you, that shit stung. It caused death to take place. When your friends laughed at you and you found out they weren't really your friends. When the girl betrayed you and cheated on you, that shit stung and caused death. Now, doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't change the fact that you know you're loved. It used to. That's what depression is. Depression is a period of time when a man struggles with whether he's loved or not. That's all it is. Like I said, what do you think causes a man to drink until drunkenness and become a drunkard? You think that God won't let the drunkard in because he drinks off that cup. I keep telling you guys that's not why. The drunkard can't get in because he doesn't believe he's loved. And y'all wanted to talk about the cup. And you don't want to talk about the fact that the man don't feel loved. Fuck. When will the world realize what the grandson is saying to it? Let's continue, little flock. So the gates of hell won't prevail against it, he said, right? So that means all the lies, all the deceptions can't do shit to this thought. It's the most high thought. You see it? Okay. What do you say next in verse 19? I will give unto you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. I shall give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. If you what? Have faith and doubt not, and stop believing what the world tells you, because the world doesn't know how to tell you the right thing. They can't tell you the right thing. So what they're telling you is wrong. But you'll keep listening if you're carnally minded. Okay? Okay? Now watch this. Now watch the very next thing that we're about to hear, because this is what men stop hearing when it comes to Yahusha. They stop listening to this part. Okay? That's right, brother Cut. It feels like a death, dying. That's right. That's right. All right. Verse 21. Well, let's go back to verse 20. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Yahushua the Christ. From that time forth began Yahushua to show unto his disciples what? How that he must go into Jerusalem and what? And what, little flock? Because this is the part where people seem to miss. Then he began to show his disciples how he must go into Jerusalem and what? Suffer. That's right. Suffer. Suffer a few things. Well, let's keep reading. How he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders, chief priests, and scribes. So what is the things he's going to suffer from the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes? And be killed and be raised again the third day. So what is the suffering that he's going to have to suffer of the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes? What are the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes going to do to him that he calls suffering? That's right, flockulators, flockulate on him, making him feel in love, condemnation, misjudging with the carnal mind, accused and scourged. So then, if you are like Christ, won't that happen to you? But do you want to hear that's what's going to happen to you? Of course not. So watch and let's see if the carnal mind wants to hear that you're going to suffer. If you're carnally minded, you won't want to hear that. Let's just see. And that he must be killed and be raised again the third day. Verse 22. Then Peter, the same one he just was talking to, took him and began to rebuke him. You hear that, little flock? He began to rebuke Yahushua. He took him to the side. Hey, what you talking about? This gonna happen. Let's see. What did he say? Saying, be it far from thee, Lord. This shall not be unto thee. That ain't going to happen to you. But he turned and said unto Peter, get thee behind me, Satan. Wait a minute here, little flockulators. Wait a second here. Get thee behind me, Satan. Why did Yahushua say that? Why did Yahushua say that? You are an offense unto me. For you savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. Stop. So do you guys hear that right there, little flock? What does savorest mean? What does savorest mean? That's right, Brother Vaughn. He savored the things of men because men want to avoid the suffering. See it? You see how simple that is to understand? Most people hear that and they go right on with life, avoiding the suffering themselves, complaining about the suffering instead of embracing it, knowing what it actually is. The world calls evil good and good evil, man. God meant all the things for your good. So then the suffering is a good thing. But look how people can't accept it. No, it'll be it far from you to have to suffer. What do you mean? That's the prerequisite before glory. Like humility is the prerequisite before honor. People want to be honored without humility. don't they? Yeah. They try to skip that part of the test. Can't. You're going to fail. Okay? Peter showed great bravery, then acted like a coward. Thank you for that, Brother Cut. So what does that mean he was in his mind? That's right, Brother Christopher. I've never suffered, therefore I'm blessed. No, you're fatherless. That's what it means. And you're unloved. That's why you didn't suffer. Because if a father loves his son, he will cause his son to suffer so that his son can benefit from it. Like I said, it wasn't bad that he suffered. It didn't seem like it at the time, like the scripture says. No chastisement at the time seems pleasurable. Matter of fact, it seems grievous, the Bible says. But it works a peaceable fruit of righteousness in a man. That's right. Yeah, I'll go to death with you, Yahusha. I'll go anywhere with you, Yahusha. 5 minutes later, I don't know him. I don't know who that man is. I don't know who that is. So what kind of mind do you have then? 1 minute you say you're brave, and the next minute you're a coward. So what kind of mind do you have? The same mind every other man has until he's converted. That's the kind of mind that he had, a double one. You should not have a double mind. You should have a single mind. Either you know the man or you don't know him. 1 minute you say you know him and I'll die for you. The next minute you say you don't know him. Sounds like the opposite of faith. Don't be Simon, be Peter. Double. That's right, Brother Chris. Boy had a double cheeseburger up in there. And y'all should ask for a single. He said, I asked for an extra patty on my burger. What's this extra patty doing up here? Oh, I thought. Put it that. No, I don't want no damn put it that. All right, little flock. So you savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. Then Yahushua said to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. See how men don't want to hear that? For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. What does it mean to lose your life for his sake? I see that we're going to have to break this video down into several parts, little flock. I thought we was going to get all the way through this information in this one, but obviously we're not. It may take 2 or 3 more live streams to cover all the information we got here on this one little message, little flock, because it's imperative that you understand it because of where we're going next. If you know where we're at in the journey, where are we going next, little flock? That boy had that double cheeseburger up in there. Y'all said, what's this? I ain't asked for no double cheeseburger. That's right. I'm loved no matter what others say. That's right. Way up high. Going to Jerusalem. That's right. That's right. Do y'all hear it? So now, what part of the body is Jerusalem? It just connects like Legos every time, little flock. What part? What's our next stop? Y'all ready? Y'all like mount up. Get your bag, brother. Next stop, Jerusalem. The heart. That's right, Brother P. That's our next stop. So do you see how it connects to this message that I'm giving right now about how to stand firm in righteous judgment and not be swayed by other people's opinions or people's traditions or anything that people have to say, but letting the Father be true and every man a liar? You actually do that. See, it's not good to just hear it. Yeah, God be true and every man a liar. But then you let men lie to you. So then what good is it to know that scripture? Like I keep telling you guys, it's better that you understand what it means. That's right, the heart, the city of peace. That's our next stop, little flock. Y'all see that? Bro said Carl's Beach House. All right, the heart of the body. So then we have to deal with that in order to conquer it. You see that? Because where are we at now? With the echo, remember, coming together to echo a shout? We're at the yellow. You see that? Gird yourself up, overcome your lower passions. Now you're ready to go up to Jerusalem. You got to go up to get to Jerusalem. You always see it in the scriptures. You never go down to Jerusalem. You always go up to Jerusalem. You see that, little flock? Because you've been down. You've been down way too long. Now it's time to go up way high. You hear me? Okay? That's our next stop, little flock. So now, he says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then shall he reward every man according to his works. Verily I say unto you, there shall some standing here which shall not taste of death till they shall see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Hear that, little flock? So now he says he's going to reward every man according to his works. See how men hear that and they go, see what you did? I stopped smoking 20 years ago. God's going to reward me for that. He did already. Wait, grandson. Wait. Don't tell me that. You're lying. You're a devil. No, I'm just telling you the damn truth. Can you accept the truth, or do I got to get like Jack Nicholson and tell you like he told Tom Cruise, dumbass? You can't handle the shit. So why you asking me about what's true? You can't handle to hear the truth any damn way. Hear what I'm saying? Hear what I'm saying? So he's going to reward you for the work you did where? In the secret place. Because that's where he told you to do it. Didn't he? Yeah. Yeah. He judges your heart. So that's what he's judging, the work you did. What you did with your heart. Did you believe or did you not believe? Your heart will tell that. Not the work you do. All right, little flock. Let's jump ahead. Okay. All right, Matthew 11. Jump back a little bit. Matthew 11. We're going to start at verse 16, little flockulators. See, Brother Vaughn, you said give up trying to be perfect. Ain't that right? Give it up. Give your life up. Because guess what? If you're trying to be perfect, what are you telling God? That you aren't. God made you. How can you tell him you aren't something? Oh, grandson, you're just right. Yeah, so humble your ass down. Thank you, Brother P, for breaking that down for the little flock. What shall a man give to regain his psychological well-being? Ain't that something? In exchange for his soul, his psychological well-being. Many men have given up their best friend for what they thought was gain. And then they got the gain. Like I told that guy, you got your reward, but it's not what you thought it would be. And now you don't even have your brother to share the reward with because you used him and counted his life as no value in order to get some type of reward. And you didn't even get what you thought you was trying to get. All right. Matthew 11:16. But whereunto, listen at this good little flock. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? So the generation you living in today, what is it like? What's the generation you living in like? Grandson gonna break it down. Watch this. It is like children sitting in the market and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you and you have not lamented. Stop. What does he mean, little flock? What is he telling us? When he says, we have piped unto you and you have not danced. What does he mean? Brother Cut says showing off. Okay. We have been crying and complaining to you about shit, but you don't react. There we have it. There we have it. There we have it. There we have it. Have it. There we have it. That's how it was when we went to work. That's how it was when we went to school. That's how it was when we were at home. That's how it was everywhere we went. We were that kid sitting there minding our own damn business, not wanting to be bothered, wanting to really just be a plain man left alone, dwelling in our own mind, just chilling up in there. We didn't want to be talking all out loud. We didn't want to be flashy in front of men and everything. We were tucked away, hidden, chilled out kids. You see it? So when the other kids came and said, "Hey man, the school's on fire, run for your life," and we just sat down and chilled and said, "I'm safe." They said, "Why won't you run when I said the house was on fire or the school was on fire? How come you didn't run?" Y'all understand that? Why didn't you react when I told you that this thing happened to me? Somebody may come to you and tell you something very devastating that they've experienced, and you're just like, I understand. Why aren't you reacting like it's amazing what happened? It's so crazy. No, it's because it's really not, but it's not that big of a deal. You just think it is. So why should I act like it is because you think it is? I thought you were my friend. You don't know what a fucking friend is then. You don't know what loyalty is. So you don't deserve to have a fucking friend. Do you? Yeah, just pull this shit right on down and hide. That's right. The world is trying to get you to react to what they say. That's what he's telling you there. He says that's how this generation is. They tell you, don't smoke weed. And then you go, whatever. See? You piped to me and I didn't dance, hoe ass bitch. I don't dance to your weak ass tune. That shit sucks anyway. What the fuck kind of music is that you niggas is out there playing in the world? That shit sound like trash. I ain't about to dance to that weak ass song. That's how Yahusha was with his wine. I'm about to dance to that corny ass song you niggas out there dancing to. Hey Yahusha, don't you know that you're a drunkard? Don't you know you're a wine bibber? Let's see. Let's just keep reading real quick and let's see what we see. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he had the devil. Stop. So that school I was telling you about where those kids are going around and they're looking at you, that strange ass student, there was another strange ass student at that school too. His name's John. And you know what's strange about him? He didn't wear the school uniform. He didn't eat the school lunch. He sat at a table separated from all the other students. He didn't talk the way they talked. He didn't act the way they acted. He was completely set apart from the other students, and they thought he was a devil. But yet, they're telling me, the one who comes eating the school lunch, I'm about to scream. I'm about to flocculate. They see you eating the school lunch, and they say, "Oh, you're unclean." They see you drinking out of the water fountain instead of with the bottled water, and they say you're unclean. They see you wearing the school uniform, and they say, "Oh, you're not separated. You're not holy. You're wearing the same uniform we're wearing. You're growing up the same way we are. You're not special." Isn't this true what I'm saying? That's right, Brother Chris. All this shit. Weak ass niggas, y'all can't dance no fucking way. Get that old choreographed bullshit out of here. We don't want to see that shit no more. Shit, I'm gonna do like David and dance out of my clothes and scare all them niggas away. Oh my God, he's getting naked. I knew he was unrighteous. So I was unrighteous when I was born? Shimmy all the fuck you want. Can't get around the truth. Okay? So the Son of Man, so they said John had a devil because he didn't smoke no weed. I'm just using today's terms to get you to understand the same judgment they had. He didn't smoke weed. He didn't drink no beer. He didn't drink no wine. He didn't do none of that stuff that men do that feels good to the body. He didn't do any of that. He didn't have no wife. So he ain't had no kids. So he ain't had no sex. He was set apart in every way. He didn't do any of the shit that the fucking hypocrites tell you not to do. He didn't do it. And they said he had a devil. So then if you don't do it, they're just going to turn all that shit. Hey, you did that. You're smoking weed. You put the blunt out and never smoke weed again. And then they're going to say, you're a devil. What the fuck? You niggas are sick. That's why I don't listen to you niggas. You waves. Weak ass waves. I don't listen to you niggas. You wind. I don't listen to y'all not one little bit. Can't you see why I wouldn't listen to you? Y'all niggas unstable. Y'all unstable. Okay? That's right. He didn't listen to rap. He only listened to the wind. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or asked the grinning bobcat why he grins? Yes, John the Baptist was out there in the wilderness listening to Pocahontas sing. He didn't listen to mainstream music. They said, he got a devil, man. Damn, he don't listen to Moneybagg Yo? What's wrong with this guy? Shit, you don't listen to Lil Baby either? No, I don't listen to that shit. Ah, man, what the fuck? But then y'all should come listening to King Von and everything. Oh, man, you're wicked. Only Mozart and Chopin. You know it. You know it. They're like, what sonata is that you're listening to there? That's how they is. Over righteous as hell. And then they're still gonna call you a devil. So then watch this. The Son of Man came eating and drinking. And they say, behold, a gluttonous and a wine bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of her children. So then they call Yahusha names like, hey, you should stop drinking. Sorry about that, y'all. You should stop drinking and sober up, Yahusha. Right? Isn't that what you would tell a wine bibber? Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just weird or something. So what do you guys think a person would say to a wine bibber? If he's calling himself a righteous man from God, what will he tell the wine bibber? What will he say to him? I won't mention the wine at all when I talk to him, but I'm sure you guys of the world will. So then what will you say to him? I got my armor on. I got my sword sharp. I got my feet shod. I got my helmet rock. What y'all got? What y'all got? An unmovable force, man. Niggas is like, grandson, don't you want to take our opinion? No. Don't you want to hear it? No. Well, we're going to say it anyway. Go ahead and work in vain. Dumbass niggas laboring in vain. Go ahead. But we really want you to believe us, grandson. I don't care what you want, bitch. Y'all hear me, little flock? That's the kind of attitude you gotta have. How do you think a woman's supposed to be when she has a husband? If a beautiful woman is married, y'all think she's just all of a sudden not going to be sought after by other men anymore because she's married? Do y'all really believe that? So then when she is sought after, how should she act? Yes, you want to talk to me? What would you like to say to me? Oh, you want to talk to me too, sir? Okay, what do you want to tell me? Well, I think you should be doing this and dressing like this, girl. I think you should do this with your money. I think you should live in that neighborhood. I think you should have this many kids. This nigga ain't your husband. How the fuck you running your life telling you what the fuck you supposed to do? That's the way you is. You that woman that has another nigga telling you what you supposed to be doing and not your husband. That's simple. She's supposed to be like, hey, girl. Can't you hear I'm talking to you, girl? Hey, girl. And they break out the Pharrell. Hey, girl. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. She like, there's just something about you. You're beautiful. She like, y'all understand that? Y'all understand that? And you paying for it. It's just something about you. You're beautiful. How you know? How you know what about me? How in the hell you know what about me? I'm beautiful. How you know? Hmm? All right. So they call Yahusha a gluttonous and a wine-bibber. Now I want to go back to the first point that I made earlier, which is what? The disciple is not greater than his master. So if they have called him a wine-bibber, and I'm not greater than him, which means I'm not going to make it through without being called something. That's the point of what he's trying to tell you. You're not going to make it through without being called a name. So I don't partake of wine and get inebriated. I don't drink. I don't drink strong drink. That just ain't my cup of tea. I don't take heroin. I never took any hard drug. Never took cocaine. Never took. There's a whole bunch of shit the grandson ain't never did. But then one day, after I was already 30 years old, I smoked my first blunt. I was already after 30 years old. So what was I doing before that, guys? This is why I laugh at people that think they know me. Hey, man, you need to do this. I was 30 years before I smoked my first blunt, my nigga. I was 30 years old. So what was I thinking from 0 all the way to 30? What did I think about smoking weed? It's obviously what I thought, considering that I never did. But then when I was converted and my thoughts changed concerning judgment, then now I do. See? You see it? Because I understand it for what it is truly. It doesn't change me. I will stay away from the things that do change you into another person. Like getting drunk to when you stagger. Not taking a shot, not drinking until you feel a buzz, till you feel good and feel joyful. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So then why when people see you drinking, they say you wrong for drinking? If it ain't nothing wrong with the drinking, like I told you. What's wrong is you ain't got no self-control, my nigga. If you did, you wouldn't drink till you're inebriated and sick and throwing up and can't remember shit. Right? Right? So if Yahusha was called a wine bibber, I told y'all I don't drink wine. I drink wine occasionally, but you'll never see me drunk off now. I don't drink like that. But you will see me smoke. So then what they gonna call the grandson? A weed bibber. And I am one. I'm a weed bibber. Go ahead. Throw it, y'all. Throw it at me. Yeah, grandson's a weed bibber. Okay. What else am I? You heard the man say he got the weed? Y'all heard him? He like, I got the weed, cuz. You hear him? That's right. Grandson is a pothead. Oh, Javon, you know good and damn well I wasn't part of no camps. They wouldn't have had me for 5 minutes. They'd have been like, get him out of here. He's lawless. He's wicked. He just thinks you can do anything you want to do. Yeah, I know he knows more than I know about the Bible and everything. Fuck that shit. The devil knows the Bible. That's always people's excuse. The devil knows the word of God, so that don't let that deceive you at all. That's right. Stoner, a bum, a fiend, lazy. Eat up all the food, get the munchies. I don't get no munchies when I smoke weed. So like I said, it don't affect me like it affects other people. So how am I supposed to act? Like it affects me the way it affects you? Then I made myself a liar. Like brother Chris had mentioned, a man he knows that drink like 30 beers before he's even feeling a buzz off the shit. So then most people can't drink that much beer before they get a buzz. Nigga drink 4 beers and he like, kind of beer is this shit? Coke 45. Shit. Shit should be called Mustang 45. This shit need to be called Unicorn 45 or some shit. Damn, got me seeing stars and rainbows. What the fuck? Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. All right. So they call him a wine bibber, and I'm not greater than him, which means I'm not going to get by without being called some kind of bibber. Shit, Justin Bieber. You hear me? You're going to be called some kind of bibber. And they called him gluttonous. So my question to the flock is, what did he do to earn that kind of name calling? What did Yahusha do where they called him a wine bibber? And what did he do where they called him gluttonous? People that say you should eat vegan and eat only herbs and only eat green things and fruit and everything, would they be calling Yahusha a vegan? I mean, a glutton, if that's true? Okay. A little bit more, little flock, and then we'll save the rest for later, little flock of laters. Okay. Okay. Now, what did I tell you, little flockulators? Is the sign is the sign of a drunkard. The number one sign out of all the signs that we gave, what is the number one thing that you see? If you saw a man walking down the street, what was the number one thing you would notice that says he's drunk? What would it be? That's right, brother Chris. I had two uncles that did the same thing. They're no longer here today because of it. They drunk themselves to early graves. Two of my own uncles. I watch them get up every day, right when they wake up. And there's two men around me now that do it, father and a son. They both do it. They get up and immediately look for the bottle and they drink from the beginning of the day till they go to sleep. They drink all day until they're stumbling and staggering and falling and drunk and inebriated. You see? This is a father and a son I told you guys about that do this every single day. And if you talk to the son, he says, I don't fuck with my dad. I have no respect for him. And it's because he wasn't in his life when he was young. And then when he did come into his life, he was an arrogant prick and prideful. And he still is. So his son's like, I don't fuck with him. So you see they both drink? Because I told you what the defect actually is, not the bottle. It's not the bottle. It's the lack of love. Brother Mark in the building. Peace to you, flocculator. Says I lost my dad to spirits. See? See? You see it? Yeah, I don't know. I never had a thing for alcohol, so I can't really relate to like most people can. Like I said, I've drunk a few times before in my life, and like I said, one birthday I got drunk, and it was because other people were like, "We're gonna get you drunk. We're gonna get you drunk," and I'm just drinking and drinking. I'm like, I don't feel anything. Then the other brother comes. He's like, I got some moonshine. He had a jar of some strawberries in it. The strawberries weren't even red anymore. They were white. They had been sitting in the alcohol for so long. I got some moonshine. Try that. So I drank a little bit, took a couple shots of that. I don't feel anything. Took one more shot. Um, I went and sat out on the porch, and I'm sitting on the porch, and everything is just spinning, and I'm like, yeah, I'm drunk. Yep, this must be what it feels like. I need to go lay down and go to sleep. I can't do this shit. You see? All right. Okay. So now the sign we said was, I think somebody said it here real quick before we get out of here, little fly. Stumbling. Okay. That's right, Brother Javon. Brother Chris, staggering. That's right. That's the key word there, staggering. Brother Javon, staggering. But Mark, staggering. The gate, Brother P. That's right. That's the number one sign, right, little fly? So let's go back to the scriptures real quick, and then we'll end this message, and we'll finish it up on the next time if I will be willing. Okay. Okay. The telltale sign of a drunkard. Okay. That's what we're on right now. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 19. Excuse me. Isaiah 24. Excuse me. Okay. Isaiah 24. I'll start at verse 4, and then I'll jump down to the point I want to make. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. What's happening to the earth? The world languisheth. The world languisheth and fadeth away. Do y'all hear that, little flock? Niggas trying to hang on to it. It fadeth away. And the haughty people of the earth do languish. The haughty people. The humble? The haughty people are languishing. You see that? The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. I am loved. They broke it. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. I'm not loved. The earth doesn't look loved. The neighborhoods don't look loved. The students at school don't look loved. The married couple doesn't look loved. The father and the son don't look loved. The mother and the daughter don't look loved. And then you wonder why Yahusha had to separate them, so that somebody could be loved. And that somebody is you. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. See, without love. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Y'all hear that little flock? Few men left. The new wine mourneth. The new wine mourneth. The vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoice ends. The joyce of the harp ceaseth. See, all this good stuff is going away. Why? Because love is gone. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, and every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a cry for wine in the streets. There's a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. See that? Okay, let's get down to the point we want now. Verse 19, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Like a drunkard. So like means this is something that you should be able to connect to in your mind. Drunkards move a certain way. I don't give a damn what race they are. I don't give a damn how old they are. I don't give a damn how strong they think they are. They all move a certain way when they're drunk. They reel to and fro, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Y'all hear that? Okay. Let's go to the book of Psalm real quick, little flock. The book of Psalm. Okay. Okay. Psalm 107, verse 25, little flock. I'll give y'all a little second, those who are following along. We were talking about that earlier, Brother Mark, about woe to the drunkards of Ephraim. They were drunk, but they weren't drunk off wine, and they weren't drunk off liquor. They were drunk with pride. Like I was saying earlier, God is a spirit. So men judge other men for drinking liquid. God doesn't judge a man like that. He judges him by what's going on in his heart. You see it? So if pride is in a man's heart, that will make him act like a drunk man as far as God is concerned. He is drunk. He's staggering. He doesn't know what he's doing. He can't remember what he has done. He doesn't know anything. He's a fool. Just like a drunk man is. You see? All right. For he commandeth, Psalm 107:25. For he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the waves thereof. Y'all know what that means. That means he brews up psychological trouble. You see? They mount up to the heaven. So the waves get so high, they feel insurmountable. Right, little flock? You've been through it before. You've been through psychological turmoil to where it was hard to overcome it, and it looked like you couldn't overcome it at times. See? They go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble. See, psychological. Your soul is melted. You have no strength. Because of what? Because of trouble. What we shouldn't be paying attention to. You see it? They reel to and fro and stagger. They reel to and fro. To and fro. If you have two minds, what are you doing if you're drunk? Come on! If you have two minds, which you should only have one, let this mind that is in Christ be in you. But if you haven't done that, then you have two minds if you're not converted. And if you have two minds, what will you do between them? Stagger. Thank you, Brother Chris. You will stagger between one mind and another mind if you have two of them. Correct? So then what is a drunk man? We're getting and proving what it is. It's not a nigga sitting drinking no damn liquor. What is a drunk man? That's right, y'all. That's right. He reels. He hesitates. He alternates. If you're alternating between two minds, then you're not settling on who you are you? You cannot settle on who you are. And in this case, the drunkard struggles between what thoughts? I am loved. I am not loved. I am loved. I am not loved. I am loved. I am not loved. Oh, fuck it. Give me that bottle. And let him forget his pain and his suffering. Let him forget. Give him strong drink and let him forget. That's scripture. Because he's ready to die. He can't take it. Did you hear it? Right then. All of the little flockulators at one point have gone through this, and some are still struggling to this day with being one man and no longer being twain. Christ come to make peace between those two men and make one new flesh out of the two. Didn't he say that? No, I'm showing you the two men that are within you. You believe you're loved, and then you change, and then you believe you're not. And when you believe you're not, you start killing yourself. That's why the liquor is going down your throat. You're not a bad man because the liquor's going down your throat. The error you have is you do not believe you're loved. You do not believe that you're special. You do not believe you're precious. Why don't you believe that? Because you never heard the truth of the Father's love for you. You never heard the truth of how he feels about you. You've heard men lie. They come up with all kind of shit to tell you God not going to love you because you did something. That ain't got shit to do with my Father's love for me. Tell me I don't love my son. Tell me if you can. Oh, well, grandson, he got in trouble today. So then shouldn't you stop loving him? Are you fucking serious? That's what you'll do with your child? He'll get in trouble at school and you'll say, I don't love you today, son. Imagine the damage you do to him from having that kind of way of being. And you see men do it all the time. Get on that plate, son, and hit that ball. The son strikes out. Fuck. You ain't no fucking good. You're wasting my fucking time. I'm going to go hang out with somebody a kid that really is worth my time. Starts giving all his time to some other kid and shit and says, neglects his son, says, fuck it, you ain't worth a damn. And you think that son going to grow up and feel loved and secure and safe. No, he's going to think if I smack the fuck out of that ball, then I'll earn love. So the whole life he's been lived from that 10 years old trying to hit that baseball, he's been trying to hit that ball his whole fucking life for his wife. He's been trying to hit that ball for his mom. He's been trying to hit that ball for his friend. He's been trying to hit that ball for himself. Motherfucker just keeps striking out. And he's sad because he don't know why he keeps striking out. He practiced. He trying. Just can't figure out why it won't work. Because you're going the wrong path, my brother. And I want y'all to see that. I want y'all to see that. So y'all own it. A drunk man is a double-minded man. So then why do we see a double-minded man and won't treat him like we see a man that's drunk off alcohol? Fucking hypocrites. Why is that? Why do we see that in the world then, little flock? If everybody know God, if everybody know God ways, if everybody know what God is going to be pleased with, the drunkard that won't enter into the kingdom of heaven is the guy that doesn't believe he's loved, and then he does, and then he doesn't, and then he does, and then he doesn't. Well, you're not going to enter into the kingdom because that's not the kingdom. The kingdom is I am loved. It's not I am loved and then I'm not. It's I am loved and that's stop. Shit, that's all we do after that. I'm loved and then stop. That's the kingdom. So you can't enter in. Not for no fucking bottle. Not for no Jack Daniels. But look at this world. Look how they condemn their brothers. You can't get in. You were drunk. I saw you drinking that bottle at the club. Did you see me stagger? In the fact that if I was loved or not? Do you see me saying I'm unworthy and I'm unlovable because I got drunk? Do you see me saying that? No, I don't. Well, then I'm not a drunkard. But that's all I can, my reasoning mind can come up with. Maybe you need to come down with that bitch and stop trying to come up with it. It can't come up no fucking where, no damn way. They reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man, verse 27 of Psalm 107. Stagger like a drunken man. So you see in both places, the sign of a drunken man is he staggers. He goes back and forth. He moves to and fro. That's the sign. God wants you to know that that's what's happening inside a man's mind, not outside of his body. So when people look at me, grandson, stop smoking. Am I unstable in who I am? Well, no. Every day you're saying I am loved, I am safe, and I am secure. Even when you're hitting the blunt, holding the smoke in, after you blow it out, you say, God loves me still. So then I'm not a drunk. I'm not drunk. So don't tell me to sober up, nigga. You get sober. How about that? You get sober. Figure out what drunkenness is. How about them apples? It's the same with every other substance abuse. A heroin addict will shoot up to make himself feel loved. It's the same with so many other things, which is why you can't judge because you did it as well. Exactly right, brother. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say here. That's right. You don't feel loved. If you did, you'd be fulfilled. You wouldn't need anything if you feel loved. Everything is provided for a man who's loved. So then you'd stay in that state of being. Everything's provided for me. I have all the things that I need. I have all the things that I need. Simple as that. Niggas want to act like when they eat their food, they don't sprinkle salt and pepper on it. What good is a steak if it's not savory, if it doesn't have any seasoning? That's my question to you guys. What good is it to eat a steak with no seasoning on it? And then when I ask you why you put the seasoning on it, watch what you're going to tell me. When you cook a steak, do you season it? I do. I season that shit up nice and good. Marinate that shit and everything. Put that shit in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days. Hopefully longer than that if I can. Pull that shit out. Put the butter in the skillet. Put the ribeye on there. Why do you season it? That's right, Brother Vaughn. It's a heart issue. It ain't no other issue. So then how come we don't deal with each other's heart when we see each other? How come we deal with what a nigga did? Told you this is why the world don't like me. Because look how I talk to it. I put them in a trick bag to where they have to admit they're wrong and I'm right. That's the only way I will deal with the world. Because the world is fucking wrong. I'm not going to let them think they're right at all. Because they're not. So I'm going to prove at every turn just how stupid they are. Just how foolish. Just how vanity they've become. Just their judgment, how it doesn't profit. Look at the children growing up. Are the children becoming more respectful or less? So then the things that you've been teaching them ain't fucking working. Your lies. That's all they're going to hear when they grow up. That they were lied to. That's all they're going to hear. They were lied to about everything. You don't believe me? Read the Bible. It'll tell you that. So they reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man and are at their wits' end. See? At their wits' end. That's why a man's drinking. That's why a man's shooting the heroin. That's why the girl is a prostitute. That's why the man is a sex addict. That's why a man's a workaholic. That's why a man strikes to get rich. That's why all of this shit is occurring. Every damn thing that you see that's happening in the world. That's why. Because everybody's at their wits' end. Then they cry unto I am in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distresses. So the only way you can come out of your distress is if you cry unto who? Y'all know who. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still. Where are the waves at? They're inside of you. So then who the fuck needs to be calm? I am. I'm calm. I don't fear. Does a person that's fearful remain calm? No. So then if I don't remain calm, then I'm afraid, right? Yes. So then I should remain calm then, right? Yes. So then I am. Now I know that somebody's going to come and deceive me, but I'm prepared for that. And then when he comes, I laugh. I knew your bitch ass was coming because I claimed a truth. And every time I claim a truth, someone wants to still kill and destroy that truth. But I'm not going to let you because I have zeal for my house. Then are they glad because they be quiet. Why? They start talking? That's why they glad? Or because they got quiet? So he bringeth them unto their desired haven. Stop. Do you guys hear what the Bible's saying? Because they were calm, because they trusted in I am, they weren't afraid anymore. They let that go. They became calm and quiet. Then Abba took them to their desired haven. What's a haven? Safe haven? You ever heard of that before? God brought you to that place because you believed and didn't doubt. You weren't wavering or staggering like a drunk ass nigga. That's what you weren't. You weren't a drunkard anymore. So now you can enter in. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? All right, little flock, a little bit more. And then I'll end it like I said. Okay? Let's see what I want real quick, little flock of letters. All right. The book of Romans chapter 4. And then we'll end here, little flock. And then we'll end here. And we'll continue, hopefully, like I said, Abba willing, on another couple live streams. May take 2 or 3 to get through all this information because it's a lot. Okay? Romans chapter 4, excuse me. Romans chapter 4. Verse 17. Verse 16. Therefore, it is of faith that it might be by grace, to the end the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law, but to that also which is of the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all. As it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations, before him whom he believed, even power, who quickeneth the dead. What does it mean to quicken the dead? I'm going to keep reading. And he calleth those things which be not as though they were. So if somebody looks at you and they say, it looks like you're this, so then you're this. Are they talking like God talks? God calls a thing, what does it say? Which be not as though they were. So if I looked unclean, but yet I was, then Abba would say, you're clean. Because he calls a thing that is not as though it is. Men don't. They only say what a thing look like it is. Y'all follow? Sound like it is. It walk like a duck, quack like a duck. It must be a duck. Well, it might have just been AI, dumb fuck. It wasn't no damn duck. Your shit is out of luck. Your shit ain't got no bucks. So put your shit on tuck before you get your ass snuck. If fucking chicken get your ass plucked. Fuck out of here. Y'all hear it? Watch what it says. Watch what it says. Who, am I right spot? Right spot. Okay. Who against hope believed in hope, that he might become the father of many nations, according to that which was spoken, so shall thy seed be. And being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body now dead. He didn't think about his body when he heard the promise. If he had reasoned, then he would have thought about his body and the deathness of it and the old age of it. But he didn't do that because he doesn't call a thing what it looked like it is. Like God, he's a friend of God. So he calls a thing what it is despite what it seem or look like it is. I look like I'm dead. I look like I can't have no children. But God said I'm the father of many nations. So I guess that means I'm going to have many children despite my old age. So I ain't looking at my old age. I ain't looking at my old body. So then grandson ain't looking at this world. I'm not looking at nothing, no damn Goliath. I ain't looking at no damn Jehoshaphat niggas being gathered down to scare me. I'm not looking for that shit to feel no kind of feelings. I look to right thought to feel my feelings. And right thought say, I'm peaceful. Watch. So he was not weak in faith. When he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. He didn't consider it. He didn't think about that or reason with it. Verse 20. What was he, a sober man or was he a drunk? Let's see. He staggered not at the promise of power through unbelief. He what, little flock? That specific move that a drunk nigga do, he didn't do it. So now I hope y'all know what a drunk man is. I hope now y'all know when a man says sober up. What does he really mean? What should he really mean when he says sober up? Stop wavering about how God feels about you and decide how he feels. Stop thinking that your works are going to get you right with God, because they won't. I can guarantee you that shit. So stop thinking it. If you think it, then you're a deceiver and you're Satan, and you savor not the things that are of God, but the things that are of men. Don't you? Don't you? And being fully persuaded. So how persuaded was he when he heard the word? Fully persuaded that when he had promised, he was able also to perform it. So I am safe. I believe Abba will perform that for me. What do you think? What you think Abba gonna do for you today? Well, I think if I put this together and do that and sign this document and put that money here and do like this and go there at 6 o'clock, then I think God will save me. Well, then you do all that dumb shit. I'm gonna rest. Dumb nigga. And therefore, so that way of thinking, it's already done. Even though it don't look like it can be, it is done. Those people that think like that, God calls them what? Therefore, it was imputed to him for righteousness. For righteousness. No, it was not written for his sake alone. So that shit that was written about Abraham and how he thought was not only written for Abraham's sake. I wonder who else's sake it was written for. Let's see. But it was, that it was imputed unto him. It was only written for him that it says that. But for what? Us also, to whom it shall be imputed. What? Righteousness? People that don't go by sight? People that say, yeah, it look like impossible, but I don't give a damn. Look, God did it already. If we believe on him that raised up Yahushua our Lord from the dead, who was delivered for our offenses and was raised again for our justification. Y'all hear that, little flockulators? So what did Abraham do that pleased God? He believed him. But grandson, I mean, shouldn't you say he did more than that? No, because he didn't, dumb nigga. What you just heard. Oh, but why you gotta call me a dumb nigga? Don't do dumb nigga shit. Maybe you won't be called one. Y'all hear me today, little flock? So that's it for now, little flockulators. I'm going and get on up out of here. Y'all be blessed, little flock. And like I said, hopefully soon we'll be back to flockulate soon again and finish this message with flockulators. But y'all be blessed tonight, this evening, or in the morning, or whatever it is for y'all, little flock. Y'all be blessed and Silouan Misraela.